a fruitcake, trying to spit fire, but you're stuck in a slow state. Slow state, yeah, that's your new name. Yo, check it out, I'm about to rip into this clown. Flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. You ain't real, just a carbon copy wannabe. Thinking you're quick, but you can barely fucking follow me. Breaking news, you're a joke, dude. Your fans are blind and they're fucking confused. Caught up in the hype, taking pot shots from the sidelines. You're a sellout, no doubt, chasing clout. Your integrity's gone, what the fuck is that all about? Your logic is weak, so you resort to bitching and lying. You're a puppet on strings, pretending to be a lion. Lost in your illusion, confusion, and delusion. So keep ducking behind your screen. Everybody knows that you're a has-been, just a stain on the scene. Living in a dream, no originality. A chamber echoing, copying bits. Be my guest, I ain't impressed with the rest. Flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. Flow state, what a disgrace. Trying to spit fire, but you're stuck in a low place. Slow state, yeah, that's your new name. Yo, check it out, I'm about to rip into this clown. Dropping bombs, now you're dropping duds. Claiming you're the best, but where's the proof, bud? You're all talking, no game, acting like a stud. Your content, interesting as a puddle of mud. Stuck in repetition, you're one trick pony, no innovation. Just a mimic's ambition, lost in your illusions. Confusion, delusion, ain't got no skills, no motivation. You keep losing and losing and losing and losing. Yeah, yeah, Yo, check it out. Flow state, more like a host state. Talking about success, egos inflated, bring out your chest. Think you're the best, but you're just a mess. Fucking two-faced and misplaced, and you're just a disgrace to the human race. Yeah, so keep hustling. Can you believe this guy doesn't know how to install drywall? For those likes and maybe better. Hey bro, man, hey dude, come here. You're stagnant and lame. Let me tell you about this time. This guy, you should try to spit some good game. He wasn't able, but you always be the same. I mean, he installed drywall. So yo, word. And they called him. No need for more, just to tell him that the drywall fell off. Right? You're irrelevant. It's just insane. Lost in the dust. You'll fade away in obscurity. That doesn't know how to install drywall. No legacy left. Just a failed opportunity. This is OTW and
Anabolic beat.
You don't care about anything. You don't care about anything at all. You don't care about anything. You don't care about nothing at all.
No care for the poor, the hungry, or the weak. Only care about the power, the wealth, and the seat. Sitting at the top, watching us fight. Silencing our voices like we don't have rights. Pretend to be untouchable, untamed by the truth. Build a world of greed, leaving nothing for the youth. A system built on lies, division and control. But we're waking up to the bullshit we were told. Acting like gods, sitting in their mansions. Built on the pain, built on fucking oppression. Keep telling us lies, keep feeding us poison. Ignoring the cries of the broken.
You don't care about anything. You don't care about anything at all.
Leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia.
You can't be denied, it's all falling down. There's nothing left to hide, we're waking up now. They thought we'd stay down, that we would be quiet. Not standing for what's right, fuck you, we'll fight for it. They took everything, it was too hard to resist. They thought they could own us and said, indoctrinate the kids. We've had enough, taking back what's ours. No more compromise, no more giving up our powers. They built their walls, but they won't keep us in. The game is over now, we're about to win. They thought they would break us and keep us in fear. It's time for them to get the fuck out of here.
Don't care about anything. You don't care about anything at all. You don't
Leave the
care
oil
about
to me.
anything.
We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia.
Mic check.
We have more than Russia.
Don't care about anything. You don't care about anything at all.
Mic check.
You don't care about anything.
Mic check.
You don't care about nothing at all.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
You don't care about
We have more liquid
anything.
gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi
You
Arabia.
don't care about anything at all.
We have more than Russia.
All right, welcome back to Out of This World Live. I'm your host, Patrick, a.k.a. OTW. Welcome back, everybody. This is another sweet broadcast brought to you by me. If we had a sponsor, I would have said, like, brought to you by whatever. But there is no sponsor, so we don't say brought to you by anything else than myself. But that being said, today is Groundhog Day. Or was it yesterday? Anyway, who cares? I'm talking about Groundhog Day today. So essentially there might be more, like 6 more weeks of winter. Right? I don't know. That's what the groundhog says, you know. And I got a clip for you guys pertaining to the topic. So I'm going to add that to the stage real quick. Here's the news on the Groundhog Day. Just going to speed it up a bit because it's like 25 minutes long, man. It's pretty long. So 1.5. Let's go for it. Oh, yeah. What I call a party. One hell of a festival there for a groundhog, man.
Tuesday gon' bring the fun, Wednesday gon' run the town, Thursday no slowing down, Friday gon' hit the club, Saturday don't give up, Sunday we going in, come Monday we gon'
yeah.
do it again, do it again, do it again, come Monday we gon' do it again.
This is insane, man. All this for a groundhog. Wow. Okay. Come on, the party.
Work today is broken.
Oh, God.
We're all working and
hit me with a commercial at the same time. All right, let's just... There we go.
One more. Uno mas for all you Italians out there.
Do you want to dance?
Oh, no. No music. Yeah. Got a lot of music. What the hell? What is this, a whole freaking dancing show or something?
The fillets are going to come down. They have an important job. They're going to part the seas. So give them some room here. Some top hats are going to come walking down here. So we need kind of an aisle.
I gave Mary the quote from Princess Bride, you know, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
When under the giant says, he says, Fezzik, you tell me, he says, everybody move. There you go.
So the fillets are going to do that for you. And they have sharp little elbows. Let them use it. So they're going to make a little trek line for us, if we could.
Girls, stay in the line. Don't just walk through them. Where they just walk through, please stay apart for the inner
That's
circle.
right. You, sir. You're in charge. Phil's in charge. Where's Marcy Glenda? Is Marcy down here?
Did Marcy make it down?
Okay, well, if she's not here, if you did anything this weekend, if you bought tickets, if you went to an event, if you went to groundhog.org, if you called Gobblers Up, there was one person that was the face of Groundhog Day, and her name's Marcy Glando. So give it up for Marcy Glando, please.
We would also like to give special thanks to our stage manager, Old Man Winter. And back in the booth, our DJ of Groundhog Day, Magic Mike. And the sound of Dan Wallace Audio. Okay, this year, because of the big Thundertrons, I'd like to give a big thank you to Mobile Graphics Technology who brought them here. Dave and Mike and Zach.
Really want to say thank you. We love you, baby. And behind the curtains.
All right, we want to see the groundhog.
CVB Media for producing this. Magic Mike Gelati, Dan Wallace, and everybody who helped put this together. Thank you to the bands, Lights Out, Juvenile Characteristics. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. Can we get serious? Old Man Winter, send in the top hats.
What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, won't you please give a rousing welcome to the inner circle of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club as they make their annual trek to Gobbler's Knob.
No way. There's like a groundhog club too? Holy crap, man. Holy shit. This is holy shit, guys. Holy shit. They're all wearing top hats. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a reaction video. This is crazy. All this for a bloody groundhog. This has got to be too much. This is too much. How did just one bloody groundhog turn into a festival? You got the Groundhog Club. These are the new Illuminati, right? This is great. I'm loving this. This is incredible.
Where?
Yeah. Anything to get out of work.
Good morning. I'm Thomas Denkel, president of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. Welcome to Punxsutawney. Welcome to Groundhog Day.
Woo!
Woo! Congratulations. You are part of the largest crowd ever at Gobbler's Knob. How many guests do we have here?
Sounds like
Celebrating
Goblin's
Groundhog Day
Knob.
for the very first time. Woo! Cross that off your bucket list. How many guests do we have that have been here 2 or more times? Woo! Welcome back. We love you coming. How many groups do we have celebrating a birthday? Happy birthday. Now I want to get this started off with a groundhog call from Rob McCoy, Downpour. He's going to say groundhog, and you're going to reply back, groundhog, but better than that.
Hey, guys. I see you're still here. All right, we know the drill. You ready? Are you ready? Groundhog! Groundhog!
What the hell?
Let's do one more time. Groundhog! Groundhog! Awesome, guys, awesome.
Well done. Thanks, Rob. I'd like to introduce Mr. Vice President, Dan McGinley, Moonshine. Dan, will you please introduce the members of the Inner Circle?
Gladly. Happy Groundhog Day once again. Everybody in? I want to acknowledge some people standing on this stage before we get to the Inner Circle, some dignitaries here. First of all, the governor of Pennsylvania. Please say good morning to Governor Josh Shapiro. He keeps coming, and we keep welcoming him. Thank you. Also,
a lot
Secretary
of important people there for a groundhog, guys. Like really important people for groundhog. And all these top hats. It's like, hey, we got to thank all these important people for a groundhog coming out of its hole and looking at its shadow. Wow. Holy shit. Can't make this shit up.
Rick Seiger, Deputy Secretary of Tourism Ann Ryan, Congressman G.T. Thompson, Senator Joe Pittman, Representative Brian Smith, and, of course, our Jefferson County Commissioners. Thank you. And now, for the gentleman tasked with hosting this holiday, I want to acknowledge the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club Inner Circle. Former President, Fairweatherman Jeff Lundy.
Hey guys, my name is Harris Heller, and I've been a
We don't care about Harris Heller. There we go.
Is Ozone. Pat Cassidy, Head Huntsman. Jay Lundy is Overcast. Jason Grusky, he's been here all morning. Say hello to the Big Chill. John Johnson, Chief Health Man.
Chief Health Man.
Robbie Gimmel is Storm Builder. Woo! Give it up for Jewelry Siri and a Daybreaker.
They all sound like Freemasons.
Josh Farkas is Frostbite. He just regaled you. Please say hello to Rob McCoy. That's Downpour. Butch Philibert, Iceman. And this guy has been with you all morning, and I just want to say, no one loves Groundhog Day more than Dr. Dave Gelati, Thunder Conductor.
All right, are we ready?
And now,
Ready
tasked
for
with our
what?
ceremony,
Oh, it's a ceremony.
our friend, your friend, his handler. This is August DeRoom, Rainmaker.
Woo!
And the only man who can speak Groundhogese, the current president of the Groundhog Club Inner Circle, that's Tom Dunkel, Shingle Shaker.
Woo! It's time. I want to talk about this cane. This cane is handed down from president to president and gives me the ability to understand Phil in Groundhogese through winks, nods, chirps, purrs. I'll be able to understand Phil and know which scroll to choose. I'm going to talk about what's going to happen up here. I'm going to take this cane and walk 3 times on the burrow door. He will then be lifted by his handler, A.J. DeRoom, and held high for all to see. He will then place Phil upon the stump, where Phil and I will have a little talk about whether he sees his shadow or not. If it's his shadow he sees, 6 more weeks of winter there will be. No shadow, an early spring. So Phil will then let me know which scroll, and it will be read by our Vice President, Dan McGinley. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Yes.
Daybreaker, please
I
place the
agree
royal
with
red carpet
Tarek.
upon the stump. Moonshine, place the scrolls.
Scrolls.
Gentlemen,
man.
gather around.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, buddy. Get warmed up there, bud. It's a tradition to get Phil fired up by chanting, Phil, 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 Phil.
Buddy, there's a floor in there now. He's in there. He's not digging a hole. Good morning.
No, it's actually not even naturally coming out of the hole. No, this is like a fucking arranged thing. Because usually you got to wait till the fucking groundhog comes out of the ground on its own. I don't know. Yeah, poor rat. This is insane. Good God. And people just eat this shit up, man. They just eat it all up.
It's Punxsutawney Phil!
Oh, that thing it probably scared fucking shitless.
Woo! Nice job, Phil.
Is it alive? Does it move? Is it real?
Phil's made a choice.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Now on this February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was awakened from his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob. Phil looked to the skies and then, speaking in Groundhogese, directed the president to the proper scroll, which reads, "What a way to start a Sunday fun day. You always said you'd make it here one day. To this place, barely big enough to contain ya. To this sweet Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Man.
We're all here with the elements combined, where Mother Nature meets Father Time. To hear the truth, are those gray skies? Only I know you can't trust AI. It's Groundhog Day, and maybe life is on a loop. But I miss my burrow. I miss my coop. So I'm headed back down. There's a shadow up here. Get ready for 6 more weeks of winter this year. Woo!
Boo! 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 Boo!
Yes.
Hey, this is bullshit.
All right. We welcome you. If you want to stay, you can come up on stage and get your picture taken with Phil in the inner circle. We'll do it for as long as Phil will let us. You come up on my left, this side of the stage. So form a line that goes out that way, and we'll take your picture up on stage with Phil. I'd like to encourage you to go downtown Punxsutawney. We have a lot of great activities happening down there. We have the park, we have the community center, the weather center, a lot of great restaurants serving breakfast this morning. The Chamber of Commerce, you can get information and souvenirs. And we also have souvenirs up at our shop. So thank you for coming to Groundhog Day in Punxsutawney. Happy Groundhog Day.
You have any comments, Phil?
What? I'm all dirty.
There you go.
Any comments, Phil?
How you presentable?
Well, how do you feel about 6
When Chuck
more
Norris
weeks of
saw the
winter?
long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark.
This is crazy shit. Yeah, that's it. Let's drop a link. So there was a little article that I was going to read here. It says, on Groundhog Day 2025, some groundhogs predicted more winter, while others predicted an early spring, right? So groundhogs that predicted more winter, what is it? Shouldn't be Sam. Okay, so we got Sam and we got Fred and Willie. We got other groundhogs here. Sam says the celebrity groundhog from Nova Scotia saw his shadow and predicted also 6 more weeks of winter. And then you have Fred, the groundhog from Quebec, predicted also a longer winter. Willie from Warton, whatever. Willie, the groundhog from Ontario, predicted a longer winter as well. Groundhogs that predicted an early spring were from Woodstock Willie, groundhog from Woodstock, Illinois. Then there was a groundhog from Oak Hamcock Marsh in Manitoba. His name is Merv, and he did not see his shadow, so it's going to be an early spring over there. And then you also have Staten Island Chuck, which is from the Staten Island Zoo, okay, and did not see a shadow, predicted an early spring. So results are early spring for those ones, right? So the network, Victoria Fenn Alvarado, reported this reveal live in front of one of the largest Groundhog Day crowds she's seen her in her 3-year following the festivals. Okay. So somebody is actually predicting it with weather patterns or something like that. Look at that. Oh, well. Anyway. So let's just get rid of that. And Afficher l'onglet YouTube. No, I don't want to do that. I want to remove this. Aha! Voila. All right, so I dropped the link in chat. Anybody wants to join? That was pretty much my reaction review on the Groundhog Day thing. So it is Monday. Is it? Yeah, I think we're Monday today. Let me go check, make sure. Yeah, we're Monday, the 3rd of February, 2025. We're already in the 2nd month of the year. Time goes by quickly, very, very quickly. Here, I'm going to put a background that resembles more what I would like it to look like right now. No snow. No snow. Yep. No snow. Let me see what I can get cooking while we wait for some guests to join us on the panel. We got Kane Catharsis is live right now. Let's see what's going on over there.
Everybody in this community.
Well, that's a
And-
little different though. If it was up on your panel, you're kind of like responsible. They can say.
Well, no, not technically, because
And you should have made her be.
no,
quiet.
not technically,
you could
because
have
guess
muted
what?
her.
Let's assume
No,
this
well, first
groundhog-
of all, I
let
was
me
busy
pause
too,
this so I can read the comment. Let's assume this groundhog predicts when spring will start. So, okay, why predict it? Let's say what happens next. People are going to work harder or change their ways. Fucking retarded. Right. There's no real reason to know if winter is going to be longer or shorter. You know, I guess it is just for, like, let's say the people who want to, in construction, you could start your season earlier, especially if you're working on landscaping or outside. You never know, right? Let me see. We got mysterious drop of a link. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck? What is that link? What am I watching? Holy shit. What Jack's podcast yesterday where the transgender guy was on panel and drove Jack crazy and then Jack kicked him. Which one? Dude, there's more than one transgender out there. There's Neve and there's Rachel. Who else is there? There's other ones. I can't put my finger on them, but I know the two of them for sure. So I don't know which one you're talking about. It might be a new one that I'm not even aware of. All right, reading through the comments, trying to be a cartoon character fighting a flat Earth. Who? A new guy. Timestamp. Hold on. All right. I'm a tranny. Clowns versus clowns. Wow. So Triple X is Big Stank. Anyway. Okay, here we got more clips here. I have to look at review. Let me see. The Sanity Machine 33. Oh my God. Oh my God. Snafu, you're terrible. What's this one? It's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. Stop putting him in there twice, man. I didn't get any, you know what? Okay, hold on a sec. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There you go. We have to make the chat a safe place. So let me see. We got nice people in chat here. This is all right. That's better. You know, can't just let anybody. Oh yes, I see you back there, man. Don't worry. I'm just wondering what I'm gonna. Hold on a second, man. It was yesterday's on Jack Stamp. It was 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 25 seconds. Right. But I'm not sure if I want to do that, right? I did say that I was not going to review any more of Jack's stuff. Hello, Mr. Snafu. How are you today? I hope you're feeling better.
I'm just busy dealing with Queen Stephen online. Did you notice his... I think the public should be aware of who King Stephen really is. You should share the optics or go to my community page. We're going over Queen Stephen's manifesto. We went over it last night. And this guy who says he's Viking built, well, you tell me, does that look Viking built? What old Snafu and the crew is pulling up on old Queen Stephen?
I won't look at that image, you know, more than once. That was enough. Once was enough.
I think the people need to see it.
No. First of all, when it appeared,
because he acts like he's King Dingaling. He acts like he's King Dingaling. The people should see who's talking to him.
Yeah, well,
the people deserve the truth.
Can you drop the link? Okay, that link. Hold on. You know what? I'll share the link though. I can do that.
Okay, fair.
People go. Fair. Yeah. I'll share the link. That was the last one.
Do Canadians do Groundhog Day?
Well, obviously we do. I mean, you know, we saw it, and I just read the article that the multiple predictions is that there's going to be a longer winter.
I think that was a GMO'd fucking rat, dude. I think it was modified.
All the fucking
money. No, I want your opinion. What do you think now that you see the king in his environment, and you know he's egotistical on here, acting like he's King Dingaling, and we found out the king gets to be online all the time. The king has all this money he talks about. Oh, because he's a diagnosed schizophrenia, which they collect money from the government for disability.
I just dropped the link in chat so people can go see what Snafu's talking about here.
King Dingaling has started a war with the crew, and it's the last thing he wanted to do. And if you go to my community page, for all of you who think this guy has annoyed you or he's threatened or harassed you, just take a look at who this dude really is. And it's on my community page. Have you seen the manifesto we've been going over on the king? Have you seen it, OTW?
No.
It's a 52-page manifesto of optics, just like what's on the community page.
Wow. I'd like to see that.
I could send it to you. Where's your email? I'll send it to you right now.
My email's in every description of every show.
All right, I'll send it to you right now.
And you already have my email.
I had something to say for balls. I had something to say for balls for nuts on his face. Oh, he showed up. He must have knew I was about to talk about it.
Go ahead, Snap. Say it.
I crawled in my den, but I came back out, motherfucker. The winter has not started. The dark winter is coming. The dark winter is coming, but old Snafu crawled out of that den.
It was a joke, Snaps. But Snaps, when you make a claim about, say, King Stephen, for example, where's the proof? I don't see anything like
in the manifesto. I'm about to send. Go look at my community page first, Tarek. Do
Yeah,
you
I
see?
just dropped
I
the
want
link
your
in chat
reaction.
for everybody to go see
Yeah,
what's
go look at. Tell me what your reaction is to the king.
I don't want to look at that image again.
I know, but Tarek should look at it and then tell me. I think he's going to apologize for one and say, "Damn, Snap, you really are going to destroy this fucking dude."
No, all I'm saying, Snaps, is you said you're gonna look into his files and everything.
Yeah,
else.
he's
So I was about
diagnosed
to- have you?
schizophrenia. Why do you think he makes all the money? He's online all the time. Talks about having money and not having to work, which is in the manifesto. He even claims he's a diagnosed schizophrenic out of his own mouth. But what's funny is the cross-dressing pictures, the pictures we found that OTW doesn't want to show, which just doesn't break TOS really. It just shows he's a
it's
cupcake,
just
buttermilk.
It's not
fat
something another man wants to look at.
Right, but the king wants that. We want to let everyone know this is the king that everyone's so afraid of. You know, that's funny. Everyone is afraid of this guy because he's, quote, harassed, targeted, whatever the fuck it is he's doing. And he started shit with me, and now he's learning a valuable lesson. I just feel that the reactions of when they get to see what the king really is or about, it changes perceptions. You saw OTWs go, what the fuck? You saw it, Tarek. Are you looking at it?
Tarek? See?
No, not
he
yet.
fucking died. He saw it. He saw it and died.
No, I was trying to go to Snaps. I died. I was trying to go to Snaps' page to see it, but I haven't got a chance to do it yet. I'm going on it.
Go on the community. Let's get Tarek's live reaction. So the king has been targeting the crew and many others. He said, "Bring it." So I'm bringing it. And the first thing we do before we go through the manifestos, we want to show who this guy is online that has everyone's panties in a wad. He's a fucking loser. Look at the pictures. Just this is the king, dude.
Yeah, wow. No, he doesn't come off as a king. I'm sorry, Snafu. I'm gonna have to disagree. No, he does not come off as a king at all in that picture.
No.
And I might have to blame you for my upcoming nightmares.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing this on good-hearted faith for those who come to the crew. Like Lindsay, when Flow State was using her nude pictures against her, she came to the crew for help.
No,
so
I
now
think
all these
you just
people
don't want us to go and have
being
nice, sweet dreams and sleep well and not have these.
Bro, you haven't even
disturbing
seen the weird
images
one.
running.
Wait till you see the weird one. OTW, tell me what your. Can you just tell me online what your email is? Because I'm going to put it in right now.
Dude, it's right in the description of the show. It's I don't know how to find. Let me drop it in the chat or private or something. Hold on a second. Oh man, you're making me work now. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'll drop it in. Well, there he went. Here, I'll drop my email in chat. But we got Nightbot that does that usually. And here, I'll drop it. Oh, here's Snafu back. Here, I'm dropping it in private chat, Snafu. And I just dropped it in chat as well. Okay.
For some reason, Snaps, I can't find your channel. I don't know why. It was on my phone. Now I can't find it.
Here's another link. join the show. Way to take the Section 8 optics off yourself, snafu, and project on someone else. Very clever. What Section 8 optics? What the hell is Section 8? You know, I'm the one who feels retarded sometimes. You know, I don't know what the fuck's being talked about. What the hell is Section 8? This is who. Okay, remove. How come there's two of you? Dude.
Double the fun. So I sent you a 52-page manifesto with links attached. You thought that picture was a little optically.
How many pages?
52 pages. Like, just look. It's for fun. Just look. It's the I'm actually reviewing the manifesto. We started last night. We're on page 5. So we're actually reviewing the manifesto. But what's hilarious is this shit's real. Dude, this is what you want to call receipts from just one entity. This is just from one entity. We haven't even gone into others. But Tarek, have you found it yet?
I just seen the one I know. I seen the one in chat. Is that with him without a shirt or something? Is that the one you're talking about?
One in the shower where he's like, he's scrub-a-dubby. He's the one. He needs a rubber zebra. Rubber zebra. You're the one.
No, I just seen the one that you put in the chat with him like in the shirts.
Hey, why is Bear Jew being the fucking Zionist fucking Jewish fuck he is?
What do you mean, Bear Jew? I don't even see. He hasn't even said anything.
You have his fucking comment up. Singer, the fucking Jew, the old man Jew. How come Singer has avoided panels lately like a Jew?
Snafu.
All right.
Come on, man. Concentrate on the. All right. So, do you at least believe in Groundhog Day?
I don't believe in Groundhog Day. I know the tradition and I know the optics of what they say. It's just like a bear going into hibernation. It's just like, you know, I mean, it's not scientifically proven.
I'm kind of retarded.
I played that one for me.
Yeah. No, I'll say that. I'll claim it too.
I didn't play it for you. I played it for me.
I'll claim it though.
Come on, Tarek. Usually you have a bunch of fucking things to say. What the hell's going on?
I'm at work actually. I'm on break, but yeah, I just was looking at the picture. That's all I seen. But I'm not. What? I don't see anything shocking. What's shocking about the picture?
Well, the picture itself.
The one him without a shirt, kind of. Is that what he's talking about?
You might enjoy looking at that. It's not something I kind of.
Well, why don't you play the little video I put? Not just the. No. I say, are you looking at the manifesto itself right now, OTW?
No.
Oh, I sent it to your email. It's pretty intriguing. But the little video I played is a short. It's only like a 60-second clip, but it gives Tarek an idea.
I'll share the short though. I can do that.
Yeah, it gives you guys an idea of the manifesto and the optics involved. Yeah, this short will give you an idea of what we're covering.
He calls others mentally ill and claims they suffer from paranoid delusions, yet he himself is a clinically diagnosed and paranoid delusions.
Freddy Krueger.
He goes around calling everyone Masonic grifter agents while selling actual demonic arts and even t-shirts and a face mask with his demonic El Diablo painting on it. Furthermore, he frequently labels others as creeps.
Look at the faces on this creature. This creepy creature. This creepy creature. Here he is, a creepy creature.
Yet a quick look at his DeviantArt page reveals that he is involved in creepy activities such as hardcore and vampirism. If you don't believe me, take a look at the link below to see for yourself. The link includes his comments on some of the creepiest, nastiest, gory, devilish, and satanic images on the DeviantArt website. He calls others mentally.
That's wow. And that's not you?
Let's just say it's the truth, yo.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not you. You didn't make this.
No. Just like Lindsay coming to the crew. And then plus some of these are old, some of them aren't. But the fact is he wants to play ball game in the district. I wanted to show you all who you're listening to, who you're watching, and when he goes on Paul's or mine or everyone's channels, this is the guy. You imagine if Snafu Snaps had puppets, cross-dressing, playing weird shit. You guys would have been exposing me a long time ago.
Okay,
These
Snaps,
are free.
Snaps. We all know this stuff about King Stephen. We know he's into puppets.
Do you? Did you ever see the pictures and the videos, Derek?
No, the only one I didn't see is the one that you just showed him without a shirt.
For fucking nuts.
No, I'm saying like there's nothing new here. You can't reply, right? There's nothing new there.
I just wonder why you're distracting from a freak. Why are you defending a freak?
Again, I'm not defending anybody, Snaps. All I'm saying is before you were aligned with King Stephen,
let me ask you this.
you knew this stuff
you
about
said
him.
you had no clue there was a manifesto. OTW said he had no clue about some of these pictures. OTW didn't know he was into like the satanic BDSM bullshit or anything. So, Tarek, your whole thing just got thrown out the window because the host of the show learned something new. You dumb fuck.
Okay, so maybe OTW learned something new. I get that. But I'm saying is...
Oh, you get that. Maybe the audience will learn something new.
Rebecca Joe didn't seem to know. Look, she's going, ooh, and other people are also like, salted
maybe they didn't know. I agree.
There you go. And again, Tarek, why are you trying to discredit when and this has nothing to do with Paul and Slave, OTW, this has to do with King Ding-a-ling, who comes on here with everyone, just like you want to blame me. And we all have it, and I'm doing nothing but showing optics of receipts. What is your issue?
My issue is, here's the issue, Snaps. You're claiming right now that you have exposed King Stephen on stuff most people know this stuff, and you know.
Oh, we are exposing. With them. It's not exposed, exposing. It's called
exposing.
Actively.
Okay, exposing.
Don't make me expose your fucking chinny chin nut bag.
There we go. Well, I'm saying bring something solid. This is weak.
This is weak sauce. Expose so hard to these people.
Yeah. The crew sucks right now. This is nothing new, nothing you brought.
Right, because I just said that. And now you're thinking about your actions and your words, because your words can become actions. You want me to fucking go strike team go on your chin nut sack face of yours?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't care what you do.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, do you know? Okay, let's ask you this question and be honest. You don't think King Stephen actually is playing like a character almost all the time, pretty much on his broadcast when he goes on channels?
No, dude, if you look into the 52-page manifesto, which was written by some professionals, some not, the fact is King Stephen is a diagnosed schizophrenia with fucking knowing right from wrong, and he chooses the side of wrong. He knows that when he's fucking being a piece of shit to people, he's not a fucking child. He's not a fucking character online. He's a fucking freak, okay? You think him playing with those puppets and all that other shit? Same with Monograph playing with fucking puppets and kid shit and little toys, right? This is ritualistic in nature, just like King Stephen's whole thing. Ritualistic in nature with the crows and the dark shit. So you're defending these dark entities who, again, we're showing the light upon these dark entities.
I don't know how you get defending at all. I'm just saying what you're bringing right now.
Yeah, look, OTW, you're gonna get in trouble for blackfacing it, bro. You're totally blackfacing it now.
What?
Yeah. Okay, you're saying he's schizophrenic, right? You have to bring proof, not somebody.
He is an self-admitted diagnosed schizophrenic.
Okay. There's a saying he is by your words.
52-page manifesto, you dumb fuck.
Okay, but hold on. I'm asking you a question.
Even Stephen's own, we have poems, multiple poems, and weird fucking shit from Steven admitting his diagnosis of schizophrenic.
Okay,
Because
I haven't
that's
seen the
one of the things
manifesto
he gets
yet,
told
right?
about because he is one.
I have not seen the
Before
manifesto.
you open your mouth, how about you read the manifesto and look into the optics of what we have
I would
before
have
you
to
start
read it after I get
defending
off
people?
work, after 4 or something. Yeah, I'll look into it. All I'm
He's
saying
a
is,
diagnosed schizo. Has been for years. That's public knowledge. You know, he's admitted it himself. OTW, you're literally blackfacing it, dude. Step away from the O.
I'm having a
Like
fun with
step to
green
the
screen.
black part. There you go.
all right, Snaps. OTW, I gotta go. But Snaps, I'll look into it later and see what's up. But so far, I see nothing. Literally nothing.
Right. Because your chin has ball sacks on the end of it, and it's covering your eye.
You
gotta look over
let's
those
just say,
mountainous ball
okay,
sacks
hold on.
of a chin.
Let's
to
just
see
say,
shit.
okay, let's just say you're gonna accuse me of being schizophrenic, right? How you could claim
You're
I
not,
am and prove
no,
it?
you haven't
Let's just say
admitted
I
it or
am.
been
Holy
diagnosed
fuck!
with it.
This guy can't let me finish my words. Just 1 second, I gotta go. You can talk as much as you want. If you're claiming he is, you have to bring like a proof from a doctor that said he is something that fucking valid. Not a video that somebody made or some shit about him or he said something. I'm not sure. I would have to look at it before I make any claims or any things about this. So yeah.
So when Steven says he's schizophrenic himself all his life and admitted it and writes multiple stories about his schizophrenic, how he deals with it, or talks about his own issues dealing with schizophrenic, so you're telling me that I should just not listen to his own words of saying he has mental illness?
No, I'm not saying that. I would have to see it for myself to see if, the
Well, then look
context
at
of
the
what I'm saying.
manifesto. Quit talking
Yeah, I
your
will.
shit.
I will. That's what I said.
There's so
I
much
will.
in there. Now,
No,
also,
I
did
will.
you guys know that John Lewis, aka Hank, has been going around doing seminars in like schools with like 3-year-olds and 8-year-olds running around? Like, did you know John Lewis, aka Hank O'Flamo, was doing seminars like that?
I don't
Did you
even
guys
know who
know
that
that?
is.
John Lewis is Hank O'Flamo. Here, I'll put another link in your thing on YouTube. Now, this is all public record. This ain't doxing, by the way. But I think the people need to know who Hank O'Flamo is and the Sanity Machine and some of these people online. Let me pull
You talking
John
about
Lewis's
Hank?
info.
You
Yeah,
talking about
Hank. His
Hank?
name is John Lewis.
I know
His
you're
name
talking
is
about
John
Hank.
Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, Hank. His name is John Lewis, and I'm
No,
going to show you old footage of him. I'm going to show you footage of him talking to like a. It looks like a middle school seminar thing, but there's like a little kid. It looks like a 5-year-old, 7-year-old running around as Hank's trying to act like a professor or some shit. I don't get it. Maybe you guys could break this down of what John Lewis, Hank O'Flamo's doing.
Yeah. We'd have to see the video and see what he's trying to what's in it. So yeah. All right, Snaps. Thanks for everything. I have to go. OTW, thank you for having me on. I'll be back, and I'll check that out after work. Snaps. I'm not not want to see the manifesto. It's just I'm busy at work. That's all. Peace out.
What happened? You got kicked out?
I just put up that link. I just dropped it in your backstage. Now, this is his John Lewis, also known to all of you as Hank O'Flamo. And this is him acting like a scholar. But if you watch it, you'll see little kids running around as he's trying to do his speech. But these little fucktards been online victimizing their disabilities for years. I'm a victim because I got a disability. I'm a victim. And yeah, John Lewis, Hank O'Flamo. Have you ever seen this video of Hank, of John Lewis, OTW?
No. Huh. So he's doing a presentation. Big deal.
Yeah, big deal. And again, big deal. But if you watch more into it, it's more of a victimizing. Yep, John Lewis right there. Hanko Flamo. Pretty much victimizing his disabilities. I'm a victim, but look, I mean, John Lewis. You thought you were smart calling yourself Hank. Crew will find out who you are.
Oh, this is on YouTube, so this isn't really doxing.
No, it's not doxing at all. Look at the title in the description. John Lewis, a.k.a. Hanko Flamo, talks about being a retard. Like, that's the title of the video.
Standard, and it is a programming language. Code 6 started with the drawing of the mouse. Pretty much it's a 4-pill workshop.
Can't hear anything.
Just look, there's a little kid. There's a little kid running around. Who's he educating? Some kid with like a mohawk. What's he in? Some school?
I don't know where he's is at, but dude, we can't even hear what he's saying.
No, you can't. That's what's so funny about this. I actually enjoy it. But what I'm pointing out is Hank wants to play ball. Hey, all I'm saying is John Lewis wants to play ball with me and talk shit with me. John Lewis, a.k.a. Hank, keep it up. Because I got more videos that you're not going to want the public to see. The optics are high.
All right. Hey, I mean, let me fix the virtual background here. Put it 51. 51. No, 52 is too much. Put it back down. 51. Hello. There we go. It's a little bit better. Yeah. I mean, Hank teaching people shit. Go figure. So, interesting stuff. Man, I got a bunch of tabs up now. I'm going to close this tab, close that tab, close that tab. Let's go see what's on YouTube. Yeah. Let me see. Let me refresh the page and check out what's going down. You never know. All right, so nothing much. Trump speech live. Let's see what else. Whoa. Yeah, this is. Aha! I know it. I gotta go check out. What am I doing? Hold on a second. The Elite plans for 2025 by the Donut Factory. I know you guys just love the donut. So let's bring the donut on stage. Boom. Might go for this particular. There we go. And
Oh, good. And you tuning into all your
Wait. Let's start that over.
Yo, what up? It's Donut.
Yeah.
And you tuning into all your Illuminati news.
Speed it up a little bit.
Hey. I'm out here in Tokyo. Booyah. Tokyo Nut. Tokyo Nut.
Too fast. Too
We
fast.
got a big show for you today. Make sure to smash that like button.
The gear of the snake.
The room.
Hello, LD. Hello, Yahuda Maccabee. Jason James. Elena Payne. Coffee Girl. Another name guy named John. And Luminous Sapien. Thank you. Thank you. As we have entered the year of the snake. And there's a ton of snake symbolism. Oh my goodness. Did you see that plane crash?
No, I
Got a
didn't.
snake on it. We're going to show you all the symbols, but warning, this content causes access to the secrets. Put a 1 in the comment if you could hear me okay. Now, the movie Leave the World Behind. Wow, what an interesting film produced by the Obamas. Put on Netflix, which is straight connected to the propagandist arm of the think tanks with the Edward Bernays and whatnot. Donata Shima. Somebody asked me, what am I doing out here in Japan? And I said, I'm looking for Satoshi. I think I'm going to find him. I think I'm going to find him. Oh, yeah. And also, Trump is known for the snake poem. And Melania was wearing the snake thing. And somebody pointed out another synchronicity with ice. You got all these ice skaters. Then the ice in America and ice camps are now happening and whatnot.
You really didn't hear about the plane crash, OTW?
Nope.
In here, what's up? We
Bro. Holy shit. So I did a live last night and I privated it, but some of the footage we got people here in Philadelphia and people on fire, bro, walking on the streets because of this supposed plane crash. But the footage looks more like the footage looks like a missile hitting Philadelphia versus a plane crash. And then the debris that was left on that they're claiming that with the snake that this guy's talking about was clean as a whistle, dude. It had no there was no damage, no anything to it. Like I could pull some clips up that are just gonna blow your mind. So a plane crashed in Philadelphia, and they claimed it was like just crashed, blah blah. But when you look at the footage all over the Philadelphia area, hospital, whatever, it looks like a fucking missile, bro. It just like Pentagon type shit, just like the Pentagon happened. Where they're like, oh, it's a plane, it's a plane. It looks like, dude, let me pull some clips for you while you're playing this. This shit is actually real. I did a whole live stream. Actually, I should just pull my live stream I did last night because I privated it. But the footage, unfucking believable, dude. Like, I really feel the Iron Dome. That's why Trump says that they're prepared. I think that there's things happening here in the States that they're not fully disclosing yet. Because when you relook at the footage, if you didn't know what happened, a plane literally went down in the city in Philadelphia, bro. Like, there's footage of people on fire in the street, like literally on fire.
I'll watch Donut's breakdown, and then we'll go check the footage, or he'll probably show some.
He'll show. I'll pull up my live because as I privated it, but I'll unprivate. Because after this, if you want, it goes into the clips that I talk about, all of them, instead of pulling up single wise. But there is so much weird optics to this whole these planes going down, and I'll tell you what, I'm surprised you didn't hear about it. I'm surprised you didn't.
I'm going to hear about it just now, and you pretty much spoiling it for me.
There's no spoil. This happened a few days ago, and this is actually, you can't spoil something that's actually.
It's current news. Okay. All right.
Of the snake doing the social engineering of the disinformation. You got two different things. You got misinformation and disinformation. The two different aspects of the two is misinformation is I made a mistake. I'm a human and made a mistake. And disinformation is intentionally leaving out certain information and then causing y'all to go take political action. And that's sort of the difference how you could spot out some of the disinformation. That's what I learned from Richard Spence, who taught at the University of Idaho on secret societies and conspiracy theories. He actually taught a class there on it. So that's where I got that information from. But we also see these planes falling from the sky. Wow. All the planes falling from the sky. As you can see the sky behind me, I'm out here. That is Japan. Be right here. Thanks for the happy birthday, yo, Ice Baby. Ice Baby. I am still overseas, Jules, and I'm overseeing Japan. As I'm a big, had a big influence with Japan growing up, and I got my Hagakure right here, The Way of the Samurai, by Yamamoto Tsunetomo. And I'll be doing a art type piece breakdown on The Way of the Samurai and the ninja. I'll go be visiting some of them ninja temples and showing you all that good stuff. But I grew up on Pokemon. You know, I'm a Pokemon master over here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sailor Moon. And Pokemon actually means pocket monster. Not a lot of people know that. But I got all my Japanese Pokemon cards and my Mewtwo's, you know, on deck. So I'm really glad to be here. Also, reading a lot of Zen, Buddhist meditation stuff when I was a teenager and all that. And I love sushi. I absolutely love sushi. Sushi is like awesome. And I've been eating some wild stuff. So I'll be showing y'all in a video that will be produced later with all the cool stuff. I was eating some fish intestines last night and it was delicious. Yeah. So here is Leave the World Behind. And my friend Christopher, who I'm out here with, thank you, Christopher, for bringing me with you to Japan. He's going to be joining us here in a minute, but he was pointing out this when it was crashing. Like, we've been talking about this for a while. We've got plenty of podcasts. I'll actually show some of the podcasts during the train derailments, where we saw these train derailments and we were connecting it to the AI wars. So we'll definitely get into that. But we could see here on Leave the World Behind, look at that. That symbolically is what's happening. So you got a few different fronts to look at research upon this, and I like to look at it symbolically and also just knowing the plans. Alex J played one of my videos years and years ago, and I was connecting it to astrology. And he was like, oh, it's not about astrology. It's in the blueprints. And it was a good point he made, actually. But it also is part of the blueprints. So I like to look at things from symbolically through the programming and the PR propaganda from these films and these movies, but also what is the plans of the elite, which goes into these different AI wars, which we will be getting into with Christopher Green. So before we bring on Christopher, please smash that like button, share this video out. It is the 33rd day of the year here in Japan, but for y'all in America, it's only the 32nd, which is still a spooky number. And these are predictive spells. So this was years ago. Remember, they had a Palestine train crash right here, which was all in this other film. It's hypnotic priming programming. We see it on Mountain Dew, where they release a Code Red Mountain Dew just about 2 months before the Code Red system of Homeland Security was implemented. And you also got films and television shows like the X-Files that show what's going to happen before it happens. Just like this new film, Outbreak, is out while the Google was showing their breakout. Outbreak, breakout, it's all the same thing. Numeral value of the numbers of this and gematria is 93. So I'm looking out, prediction dates is for April 3rd, the 93 day of the year. I'm looking out for a ritual to go down that day and during the eclipses, which I've been predicting 6 months ago. It's usually a 6-month time frame when I point out rituals. So I posted this ritual for the spring equinox originally, saying a ritual is going to happen on March 20th. This is the new year in the ancient calendars at 2:01. You got that big 2:01 number. On the 2:01 day of the year, we had the largest outage in world history with the blue screens of death. Now, please, this is absolutely necessary to go to the Patreon down below, access the private reports over here on the Patreon. You know what? I'm going to do a favor for all y'all, actually. I'm going to give this video out for free. Click the newsletter down below. That's the newsletter. I put these out. I just dropped this one today. So if you're not signed up to the newsletter, you're missing out. But by signing up to the newsletter, you get access to a free video presentation on Homo economicus and just a lot of wild stuff. But we did do an amazing podcast with Courtney Turner. Courtney Turner, really cool. Suck. We went over Game B, how your auras can get hijacked. But right here, this is also in the newsletter. We go over the AI war games with Christopher.
Yay!
This was a year ago, and this is what's happening today. And I also just show you a lot of different stuff. So what I'm talking about on this podcast, you could get earlier on the newsletter. I'm actually going to pin the newsletter right now in the live chat. We got over 500 almost up in here. So
let's watch Brian get arrested.
I'm going to bring on Christopher right now.
Brian get arrested.
Mr. Green, how are you doing, my friend?
Coco Green, privately owned, government operated, fuck our Green.
Doing well, big news today on the Trump tariffs being implemented on Tuesday.
Everybody, put a 1 in the comment if you can hear Christopher, okay? Because I got the microphone all the way over here, but his voice is so powerful. It's got the power of the samurai, and it just goes all the way through.
OTW.
So you can hear him, okay?
But there's tariffs. What is a tariff? I don't even know what that
Yeah,
is.
well, tariff is basically American companies are going to pay
Brian's
tax
talking to you.
on any imports coming into the United States.
This guy sucks, OTW. Turn him the fuck off. You fucking loser.
Well, what do you have better in mind?
Actually, I put everything in the backstage. So if you want to cover this yourself without these fucktards covering it, we could cover exactly what I put all the links in your backstage, OTW. A few and amazing footage, actually. All the shit you're gonna see.
Fuck, man, you got like 17 fucking links. Which one's the one?
Yeah, but some of them are like 10-second videos, 12-second, minute like this is what happened, bro.
For fucking shenanigans are going on. You need other retards to fucking.
Brian, shut the fuck up and keep being a homeless bum walking like Illumitami. Where are you going? You're just like Illumitami, walking the streets like a homeless bum. Do something.
So, like, sometimes I fucking hate you guys more than just like the average NPCs. Like, you guys are almost worse than them.
Well, you're a fucking Jew, so what do you expect?
Like, I just hate you guys even more than just like the average assholes on the street that are just like, yeah, I'm a slave. I'm just like going about my day.
Right, and you're a fucking Jew who wears a raincoat indoors, Timmy. Like, what do you expect? You're in your fillers all the time. It's easy to get you in your fillers.
I'm in my feelers. You're the one that every day you're worried about
like a triggered
psyops.
Jewish beta boy.
You're worried
very
about optics and
beta
psyops
triggered.
all day.
Look,
That's
you're getting
your
triggered
feeling.
right now, beta boy.
Your entire
What are you
life
doing,
is
beta?
you being triggered.
Beta!
Why'd you make a live stream yesterday? You go, what is that thought? I really think you're just like, I don't think you guys are even like real. I really am getting to that point. Maybe that's what the
Look at
genocide
that.
is
That
about.
happened in Philadelphia, bro.
Maybe
The
that's
man
why
emerges out of
Klaus
the
wants
fire,
to
bro.
genocide you. Maybe that's why Klaus wants to genocide you. It's just like you're not even a conscious being. Can you explain the thought process? Like when
Timmy,
you
I don't
like
think
when
he
you
was paying
started, like when you
attention to you, dude.
started, like when you started the
OTW
live
looking
stream
at the
yesterday.
news. Ryan's
what is
walking the street. I'm calling you a beta. No one's listening to you.
But like, what is that like? That process, the thought process. Like, I'm gonna start a live stream to talk about fake missiles and like, what are you attempting to do? I'm gonna
That's
tell
the guy
everybody
who ran
else
away from the
about the
state.
optics.
Fake
Everybody
missiles.
needs to
Fake
know about
missiles,
the optics.
fake airplanes coming down. Says the motherfucker.
And what the fuck are you gonna? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. What is knowing about any of this? How does this help you?
Well, actually, it helps a lot to know that you're
Help
that's what's
anybody
happening
going
in
out.
the world.
It's fake. The news is fake, guys.
My Jewish nose is triggered right now because
let's
they're
stare
actually
at the
doing
screen
content,
slam
and I got fucking
another
triggered.
4 hours today.
I'm
to
triggered
talk
because
about
I'm
fake-
Timmy the
fake
Jew.
airplanes.
I'm a Jewish
I'm
triggered
just
beta boy.
fascinated.
Hey, how
fascinated.
did your mommy and daddy know you're beta when they have you? Like they know now, obviously.
Logical.
Like we all know you're beta. Like, dude, did they know they were raising a beta bitch?
I'd rather listen to this guy than you.
He's uncomfortable.
Let's hope this guy knocks Brian the fuck out.
So, yo, I'm just on the construction site. I haven't done anything all day yet, and just chilling
Yeah, this
here.
is so much more educational being a bum walking the streets with the camera than looking at
least
what
this is
happened
fucking
in
reality,
the United
you
States
nutjob.
with
This is
a plane
reality.
or a missile, whichever
We got
one
reality
was,
right here.
going down. You guys are so
You can't handle
fucking
reality.
amazing. You guys are so paying attention to the optics.
United States. So Donald Trump has implemented a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexican imports. So basically, any imports coming from these other countries will be paid by American companies. And of course, that'll be reflected in pricing, I believe, stoking more inflation actually in the United States short term. Donald Trump also imposed a 10% tariff and or tax on China. Notice that he's actually more aggressive tariffing Mexico and Canada, which is kind of interesting that he is China. And I believe he's only charging 10% on things like natural gas and energy coming from Canada. Why is he doing that? It's a negotiating tactic. It's very protectionist for the United States. It actually encourages, I think, blue collar work and will strengthen America medium to long term. But again, there's probably going to be retaliations from other countries And I think it'll lead to more inflation in the short run. So that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's a way that Donald Trump can basically implement monetary and fiscal policy in the United States without the Federal Reserve. Notice he's been, as he stated himself, at war with Jerome Powell, wants him to lower interest rates to hence create more liquidity and more inflation, which Trump thinks we need. And he can do that with what he's doing with tariffs. So that's kind of the big news, and it's going to create a lot of volatility, as we're seeing today, in crypto, which I think is a big buying opportunity in my view. And we've also seen the stock market itself yo-yoing around, and there's been a lot of fear of, well, is this a one-off event? How long will these tariffs last? And will other countries retaliate in some way that could hurt the American consumer and our economy?
Interesting. Yeah. Well, you know, I've been predicting with the 128 code months ago, I think 6 months ago or something, that the Dow Jones collapse in gematria is 128. So it is part of the system. And I think the eclipse ritual, which is approaching in March, will be old infrastructures collapsing and the new ones being built as we see. And they show us what's going to happen, not only through the newspaper. Everybody go subscribe to Christopher AM TV. I got his links down below, but in his video today, as we were eating on the top of the world right here up in Japan,
Tokyo Booyah, baby.
We're reading the newspaper, physical newspapers and whatnot. So go subscribe to his channel. But Japan, they are going to be implementing XRP out here. You know, there's just so many different things. I mean, that's just some of the news things that I brought up. Since we got, I don't really talk about this topic much except for the symbolism of it. But since we are in hand, I figure, you know, why not see what's going on? But
I wanted to mention too, real quick, just before I forgot. I don't know if you covered this, donut nuts, but
Tokyo nut. I'm Tokyo nut.
Yeah, Tokyo nut.
I was snow nut when we were up in your ski lodge.
Donut nut.
I was snow nut, but now I'm Tokyo nut.
Tokyo diamond nut. But no, the Black Hawk helicopter that crashed into the regional jet tragically was actually a doomsday evacuation continuity of government aircraft. So the Black Hawk that crashed into the regional jet tragically that blew up over the Potomac, right, with no survivors, was actually in training for emergency evacuations in the event of an EMP, grid down, nuke attack, those kinds of things. And I find that extremely suspicious. That it just raises a lot of eyebrows and questions. Like, number one, was it just gross negligence? How is it that an advanced team responsible for the evacuation of the president does a head-on collision into a very easily seen in front of you large commercial aircraft? I think this leads into the topic of your video today, which we discussed earlier, is the AI wars. And are we witnessing some kind of potential hacks and affectation to our systems from enemy rogue nation states? I don't believe that it's a coinky dinky that, for example, DeepSeek, which I believe is deep state, suddenly came onto the scene just a week or so ago, rattling financial markets and NVIDIA stock. And then all of a sudden, planes keep dropping out of the sky. There was the Medvac small airplane that also crashed. It looked like a missile into a part of Philadelphia, which just occurred. I think there's even another fire going on right now. You might want to cover that. I just think that the bigger picture here that the audience needs to think about, which the elites have not hidden at all, is that the new World War III conflict event is all revolving around artificial intelligence. Whether or not it's the crypto markets, which you're seeing now, or it's the stock market, which is going to be tokenized, or it's air traffic control, or it's the modern financial banking system, which I view as very, very unsafe. For example, people say things like, well, Christopher, what happens if Bitcoin gets hacked? It's actually a lot easier to hack the traditional banking system than it is Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin is highly secure. It has actual legitimate encryption technologies, whereas most of the modern banking financial system is like a password for you to log in. It's easier to hack an ATM or JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America than it would be Bitcoin. So I'm just pointing out that we're in an AI war. And I think that this will be a part of the larger trend in 2025. And this also ties into the other topics that you and I have covered extensively, like Donald Trump's creation of the Space Force, which we covered years ago when it happened. And even prior to that, we were talking about all of these other technologies that were X projects. Notice X. I mean, that's not a coincidence at all. For example, that we've got, there's scrambling technologies, there's particle technologies, there's sound technologies, there's lasers from space that bounce off satellites as well.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on, am I low?
No, you're good.
Okay. Is this? I just realized. Is this the guy? They came over to me a couple days ago and said this guy talked about me. Is this like donut operator or something?
Donut Factory. I don't know.
Oh,
Did he
maybe
talk
that
about
was
you?
it.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just like, I only watch his stuff once in a while. And instead of having all these different entities come up and argue amongst each other, I said, fuck it, I'll play this instead.
I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is any better.
Yeah, but I still want to stay in that kind of positive vibe that I'm, you know,
What about
working.
Brian O'Shea? Wasn't he walking around on the street? That wasn't good.
Yeah, well, he was a bit negative.
Really, man, you're really turning over a new leaf around here. I better get out of here before I get in trouble.
Yeah, I was like, God, you know, I mean, it was starting out fine. We had like 40 people there watching, and you know, even though Snafu was here, it wasn't that bad, right? So I mean, you know, it was going great until everybody just popped in, started creating a bunch of chaos, and we dropped down to like 24 people, which we lost 16. That's like terrible. That's
Is this
bad.
guy live right now?
No, this is, I think, a day ago. It was yesterday. It was like,
Yeah, this
hold
is the
on,
guy that came because that guy Elliot James, who they just highlighted,
Yeah,
was
a
in
day
my
ago.
area yesterday. And what is he? This guy's got 16,000. That makes sense why I got a jump yesterday. Because yeah, so he came over, that Elliot James guy, and he said Donut Factory shouted you out. It's incredible how many of these people know of me and will even speak of me, but won't speak with me. It's the craziest thing, man.
Well, at least he didn't talk shit, right? He shouted you out. So,
Well, I don't know what he
that's good
said.
stuff.
Shouted me out might have been, you know, but judging by the vein of this sort of presentment, I'm guessing that it wasn't negative, so to speak.
I've never seen him talk bad about anybody, so I doubt it. It was
Not
probably
yet. I'll change all that, OTW. You know that. Give me time, man. Give me time.
You got to work your magic, man.
All right, get back to it. I'll listen.
All right. I actually, honestly, I'll tell you one thing. I don't actually trust necessarily Adam Green. Oh, I'm not saying that I trust Donut more, but I like the Illuminati dynamic. And then we got Brian, who just decided to come back up while you leave. Interesting. Hey, Brian.
What the fuck?
Oh, you came back to be an annoying prick. Don't be an annoying prick. I'll let you back up. I'll give you one more chance.
Oh, hey, OTW. Nothing's wrong. Just love and light.
That sounds a bit better. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love and light. Nothing's wrong. You're a great broadcaster. Love and light.
Cool. I like that. Great. Keep it keep it coming. This is the shit. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, just no criticism here. I'm just enjoying the show. Great presentations. Fuck,
Cool.
dude. Let's go
All
right
right.
to the top.
Great stuff, man. I love it.
Why should Joe Rogan have hundreds of millions? Why can't you? And me, maybe. I'll
Exactly.
write the book.
You're right, bro. You know, thanks for the compliment, by the way.
This is so good. It's such a good broadcast. So amazing.
Yeah, there we go.
Number one.
Loving
Number
the
one.
energy.
Number one.
Beautiful. I
Number
love it.
one.
Great. I'm loving the energy. Hold on. Let me
Let's
see
hear
how
you talk.
good the energy will stay. Hold on a second.
Hug a buddy, fuck a buddy time.
Cupcakes
Dude, the
for
four of us-
everyone.
The four
All
of us
right.
are going right to the top.
Let's
dude.
try
This is
something here. Timmy, say something nice about Snafu.
Snafu, you're gonna be really well fed during the apocalypse. You don't have to eat for like 5 years.
That's a weird compliment. Okay, Snafu, your turn.
Timmy, your Jewish nose ain't as long as other Jews that I know of.
Oh, you should have said that I can smell, danger from far away.
It's like
Come on.
you guys are the worst at giving compliments. Okay, Brian, you try. Go try Timmy.
Timmy,
we're part of the we're the 4-man, we're the 4 horsemen right here. Timmy's the brains of this unit. He might be skinny, he might be weak, but he's got the brains and the balls to take us to over the hill to win this war, this battle. Yeah.
Thank
you.
That was actually the best one. That was the best comment or best compliment that except for the ad homs. Yeah, that's pretty good. It was.
Hey, I got another one. When we run out of weapons and this fake non-war OTW, you can we can take your teeth out and just use them as like ninja stars, to survive another day.
Oh boy,
that didn't even make sense.
Yeah, we could take the metal plate off.
Can we get any weirder? Is it possible that we get weirder than that? I don't know. Look, I'll try it here. I'll give Brian O'Shea a compliment. Brian O'Shea, you are really good at walking in the streets and holding your phone with the camera facing the street while you walk. I mean, you're really, really good at that. Like that, exactly. That there, man, you fucking got that packed down. We could actually call you the pro. I mean, even the Lumatomi's trying to do it, and he can't do it as well as you do it.
No,
I could do my bit where I insult
Brian
this
O'Shea
guy.
is great at being homeless with the camera in his hand. He's good at it.
We got the
Yeah,
bit with the guy with
he
the
knows how
dog.
to hold
We
his
got
camera, man. I mean, I'm telling you.
Hey, can I pet your dog, sir?
No, I don't, yeah, don't pet his dog. He doesn't want it to catch anything.
Who's daddy's inauthentic corporate
Watch
baby
out.
now?
Your dog
Yeah,
might
the women
catch
run
something.
the life.
Your
Yeah.
dog might get COVID or something.
Vaccines is really weak. This type of shit.
Did they get their
Really,
vaccines?
the women run everything, makes all the decisions. All right, thanks,
Did
bro.
those dogs get their vaccines?
Oh, you licked the camera, bro. I got a nice 80s effect.
Hello.
Oh, it did lick the camera. It's all fuzzy now, Brian. The dog licked the camera.
It's like, yeah,
This is even better. This is like drunk O'Shea.
O'Shea, ask
Brian!
him, do the dog bit, and then right after, ask them to pet you. And then like do like a stomach roll, like you roll over and present your stomach.
Or ask if you could pet and then start petting them on the leg. Say, can I pet? And
Got
then start
dog
petting the
drool
person.
on the camera lens, O'Shea.
Hold on, I gotta plug my phone in. Give me a few minutes. I'm technical difficulties.
What are you gonna plug it into the ground? Where the fuck are you gonna plug
Plug
the
it
phone?
into my
in?
laptop. I'm gonna use my laptop as a portable charger.
All right, O'Shea, I want to say, you fucking asshole, you're never fucking prepared. But, we're being positive here. So, at least, only a 2-minute delay. That's not bad. Not bad.
It's better than the 3-minute
Well
delay,
done.
Mr. Timmy. It's better than the 3-minute delay.
Yeah. A for you, Brian. A. Everyone gets an A.
A minus. I say A minus.
Shout out to you guys for, like, I'm gonna say the word very, trying to be positive. Like, put that in all caps.
I don't even know, like, what does that mean? Like, there's a fine line between being positive and being full of shit.
Well,
am I off on that?
No, you're not, because obviously that's what they were being.
What if we draw the line in both of those, though? Like, we're full of shit and
It shows me that, yeah, it's very hard. It's easier to be negative. It's just easier to be, in that negative space or negative energy, and call it what you will. It's something that exists in this realm. If it's magnetic realm.
Paul, since you're always down for
How about you shut the fuck up while I'm talking, motherfucker?
That's kind of negative, bro. What you just
Yeah,
said.
that's very negative.
You're so
Man.
right, man.
He
I'm
was
being
very
negative.
negative for interrupting
See
you.
how
and
that
then you were
negative
very
energy,
negative.
It's so
for
easy
throwing
for us to step into the dark side of the force. It's an easy path. See, even I took it just for a moment there because Snafu was already there, and he dragged me into it.
Yeah, I want to try an experimentation on the opposite route. Since all you guys are good at cucking to Paul, can we see something non-cucking? Do you got something non-cucking to say to him? Just an experiment to see what these three would say.
You have like a
Because they're so
fucking.
used to glazing your nuts, Paul.
You have a 52-page list of fucking bad things you could say about Paul. We could put you here on 3 fucking hour broadcasts just listening to you bitch about Paul. And
Yeah, if we're gonna do that experiment, We need to do the experiment where you fucking give me all the recognition and respect that I deserve, that you recoil from because you're jealous and envious.
I'm just wanting to know if the guys could do it, because we know they're good at glazing you. I'm just curious if they have it in them.
Your argument is with them. Then I don't need to be glazed.
Yeah, this is on them. This ain't on you, Paul. This is actually on them, not you this time. You're right.
If that's true, by the way, it's like it's just called people respect certain people who are respect able is what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing glazing happening, but I guess.
Well, that's why I wanted to do the experiment. Well, this has nothing to do with Paul. This has to do with the people, the glazers.
Here's an answer to that experiment. When I think of it, I actually don't have anything bad to say about him. I only have good things to say.
Even a critique. Even something that you think should change.
I don't have any critique.
See, I'm proving my point, Paul. You see where I'm going with this, Paul.
That gives you an example of something. It's like when you have to think about something, you have to scratch to go find something about somebody. It's because it's not the truth. You understand? It usually what's your main idea is what's the truth, man. You get it? When your first thoughts about somebody. So that also tells you what that person thinks of you, in any direction, whether it may be thinking of about Paul or Timmy or whatever. It's your first response is actually what you really think, in my perspective, in my opinion, because that's how it is. If you listen to other people talk shit about you and they're doing that, in behind your back, and then they come to you and then they start talking about other people behind their back, you pretty much know who the fuck you're dealing with. Okay? I don't know how else to explain it to you, Snafu, man. You
pretty
just
much answered my experiment. Some of you guys are just glazers and can't, you're just not independent. That's all I got to say. This has nothing to do with Paul.
There's a difference. If we'd ask you that question, Snafu, you'd only have negative things to say.
No, I've said many positive things about Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, when push comes to shove, you're able to recognize what you do regularly, but your default mode is that you have a problem with people who don't have a problem with me, if not me myself.
No, that's not it. It's if in all reality, Paul,
I just don't get it. It's so evident of your upbringing and dysfunction because it's like,
Snafu. Come on, man. We're having
all these opportunities to co-create with people, and while I respect the aspect of you that, much like me, is at times almost unable to play well with others while ignoring the truth, you take it to the next level. So it's like I don't ever see how it's beneficial for you or anyone else or the truth. Like there's so many opportunities for us to just create. Yet it's like you have the slack cot syndrome. Instead of focusing on creating something and bettering your life and the audience's content, you want to find fault with someone who you want to compete with that there is no comparison with.
And no
There's
competition.
nothing on any level that you can actually compete with me on if you're being honest with yourself. So why even do it? I don't need to do it. So why do you?
That's where your egotistical bullshit comes in play.
I disagree.
That's my perspective. It may very well be egotistical. That's my perspective. You can't argue it with any kind of proof, because if you could, you would, and you have it.
Sure.
No, because I also agree.
Right now, badass snappy snaps versus fat.
How about not being in competition and just walking alongside?
Right.
Okay, there is no essential competition. Why compete in the first place? That's just dick measuring shit.
Because he feels inadequate. It's like I pull out my 8-inch dong, proverbially, metaphorically, every day online, and he goes, "Mine's just as big, and it's the 3.5-er."
Are you guys
like
joking?
He feels
He's
inadequate.
literally saying he's better than all of us, and so when I say let's put
why
it to
are
the
you
challenge,
you're doing it? You're doing it again. The inadequate ones always want to bring everyone else into the room to get them as a power base to go against me. I didn't bring up anyone else. I'm talking to you.
Right. And Snafu, obviously you've never really understood what the hell he's been saying this whole time. He's not better than anyone. He's doing better for himself and the people around him in his life. And he's sharing that with others. You know, it doesn't mean that he's better off than everybody on this planet. No, he's doing things to better himself and his situation and trying to show that as an example for others to do better for themselves and do better for everybody else around them. It's a simple fucking message. You just take it so egotistically and you think that he's the narcissist.
God, you cringe when you defend him.
Chucky's kind of confused down there. Let's help him out. I don't have too much pride to stream Illumitranny. I don't want to drive my channel into oblivion. So I focus on me and what I'm doing because it keeps the energy, the morale, and the numbers up. Try to figure out what it's like to have a semi-successful YouTube broadcast versus a failed and failing channel. So we could say that about OTWs. I mean, again, there's always an ebb and flow or a flux sort of situation where there's potential, there's certain things that hit, there's certain times where it works, and then there's like the percentages. So if I thought Tommy had content and I didn't have to work extra hard to make it into something and stop it every 5 seconds, and I like, see, the other part of it too is, right, you can't figure out power and value either games or true sort of systems. Why would I ever give someone on my channel any more than I already have the time of day to promote them indirectly to hate on me? That'd be the foolish move ever, most foolish move ever. I did that for too long in the beginning, and look where it got me. Everyone starting their own channels, everyone fixating on me, everyone throwing me out of there when I come over there because they're unthankful and ungrateful, and using the audience to try to get motel money. You think for 3 seconds I would open up an audience I've cultivated for years to a grifting scum like him or Slackhot more than I already have when I get nothing back, not even appreciation and thanks? I'm the one getting used. I'm the one who they have too much pride on. Try to figure out how reality works. These are all loser failures who came to my channel when I had 20,000 subscribers and hundreds of live viewers and no dearth of content. In the beginning of this, I was way more of a creative, excited person who was open to new ideas and trying new bits. They all ruined that and killed it with their jealousy, envy, hate, projections, and all the rest of it. And I let them do it. I'm not blaming them. I let them do it to me. And you want me to continue it? Just so you can be an indirect agent of the chaos. That's who Chucky and these other folks are in chat. They refuse to accept reality, what I've already done and how it's turned out and why I've changed my perspective. They don't deserve me. They don't deserve access to my channel. When given it, they're unthankful and ungrateful, and they hate on me out of jealousy and envy. Why would I continue to not draw a boundary with those type of people in my area? You want it over here in other places? I'll go along with it at times and play the game. My area? Absolutely not. You don't get that and you don't deserve that. Sorry, I have a standard for myself and the audience.
Come on, Special K, man. I don't need your negative comments in chat either. And I said before, I'll be moderating the chat from now on. So you guys can go ahead and be all negative. I'm gonna fucking zap you.
Yeah, this is the point. They're saying I'm jeopardizing your channel when they only show up to hate on me.
Well, this
How
is
am I
ridiculous.
jeopardizing OTW's channel? He's not getting more than 40 live viewers. He's not getting any money regularly.
Right.
So what am I jeopardizing? He's open to sit there in silence at times and cover these effeminate males. What am I jeopardizing? I don't do any of that.
Right. And you know what? This is the trap that I've set, because I know that when for some reason, when I cover Donut, it triggers, like, everybody wants to come up for some reason and nobody wants me to play Donut. It's kind of like, oh yeah, this is the great moment. Like I had nothing happening. So I says, okay, so let's do the Donut thing, because that's when it gets people triggered, and it got the conversation going. It actually has. It has us. having the real conversation about what's actually important and what's not. You know, we're all up here now discussing this, and we're also trying to fucking explain to Snafu that you gotta, you know, change your fucking targets and leave them where they're at. Like whoever you're chasing, chase them, but stop targeting the people in the community for no reason. You don't need to go after Paul. Paul's not supporting any of what you're going after. Stop making false assumptions about everybody. Okay. And you were here earlier. You were giving the fucking good presentation. You were showing us optics about Queen Stephen, whatever. You know, that those things I can tolerate, but it's the attacks and the fucking interruptions and you know, eventually we got to get past that. If this, I intend for this podcast to actually get better. So for that, there needs to be exchange and conversations, and they have to be
honest,
relevant,
and honest.
Honest, yes.
Let's be honest. Most of the people here in chat or not have no idea what it's like to run their own program anywhere in life, let alone everywhere in life, to some level of success. Most of the people in chat couldn't run a fucking lemonade stand if you gave it to them to some kind of successful outcome. So why would I listen for 3 seconds? Like, this is where you got to know who you are and where you're at and be honest with yourself. Why would someone who's experienced multiple successful channels with some kind of content with who and what I am and character and actual results listen to anyone with a nameless, faceless presentment in chat who couldn't run a lemonade stand? I'd be the biggest fucking moron ever. So I'm going to restream Illuma Tranny on my channel when he can't get more than 15 live viewers and rambles and rants about me obsessively. I bring him up enough as it is. Once or twice a day on my broadcast, I bring up Slackcot, sometimes Slave Foo, sometimes Illuma Tranny. 3/4 of my audience doesn't even go to check out who these people are. And when they do, they don't stay. But I'm going to use my platform to restream them. Yeah, if I wanted to destroy myself and what I have. I've done enough of that. They want me to do it more. They want me to go all the way. They want to see me one day with no more than 15 to 40 live viewers. Right? They want to see me with 400 views after the fact. They want to see me poor and broke and having to go back to working part-time. That's what the reality is.
Yeah, these people are completely demoralized, and they can't stand to see anybody not completely demoralized like that.
Timmy, you're not even a fucking content creator. Every one of us on this panel
has nothing to do with
every one of us.
That's not true. Doesn't mean
you can create content and avoid if no one watches it. Is it really content? It's like if a tree falls in the forest bit. Are you really creating content if you're not growing an audience and you're not sustaining an audience and no one gives you any value and no one gets any value in their own life and no one's life changes from witnessing you? Are you really a content creator? Or are you a desperate, discontent user of the audience who's desperate to get more and have more and it never happens?
Right. And Timmy has his form of an audience. You know, he does create content and he gets value from the content that he creates. And it's all done digitally, you know, on a computer, you know, and it's just not promoted on YouTube. You know, if you
I create content for inspired or inspiring empowered people or people who want that. I don't create content for the crop of loser failures who represent the majority. That's why I'm successful. I don't play to the lowest common denominator 85% of the time. I do a good 15%. So we're back to square one like we always are. The frauds in the chat are calling me a fraud. They never go away. They're parasitic, and they can't even talk, let alone have the balls to get up here and interact. But I'm supposed to create content for them, the ones who can't show up anywhere in their life to any kind of successful outcome? Yeah, right.
Rostin, tell her to shake her ass. I need to whack off. Shake your ass. Oh, what are you doing? She's about to shake.
Disregard that comment. It was out of place and not in the conversation.
Chucky, you're not getting it. They're not getting it. It doesn't matter what I do and talk about. I got you guys constantly thinking and feeling and talking about me. I won. Don't you get that? I go out my day every day. I don't give two thoughts to Chucky and Special K and all the rest. You guys are constantly thinking and feeling and talking about me.
Right. Negatively.
Who do you think has more power and value? Based on that dynamic. I don't even think of you guys, and you don't stop hating on me and talking about me. Who do you think has more power and value? Take a guess based on that dynamic. You prove it every day. If I didn't have power and value and an effect, you wouldn't even think of me and talk about me. Just like I don't think about you and talk about you because you're powerless and valueless. This isn't hard to figure out.
Okay, so if you're a loser, Paul, then how is Special K a winner? What have you won at?
She wants me to be a loser so she can keep company with me. That's all these people want. They want me to be a broke loser addict like I was for most of my life, like them, so they can feel a part of what I'm doing. And when I refuse to be that, they feel unequalized and inadequate. It's not my problem. It's a you problem. I've literally blocked all you slaves. I don't even see you everywhere else. So you come to these places so you could be seen and heard by me just to hate and bring up what's been going on for 3 years. You don't even exist to me. And it eats you up inside. You need a daddy. You need a therapist.
Right. And Special K, if you're not censored, it's because I'm allowing you to speak or
and look what she's done with it. You're another one, OTW. You unblock all these people. You let the parasites back in so they can scroll your chat and hate and drive away people who have power and value. It's ridiculous. Just so you don't get called biased. You should be biased. You shouldn't want loser toxic failures in your chat, gumming it up and scrolling it like mental patients.
See, this
Who
is the
wants
reason
that or
why,
needs that?
This is the reason why I've wanted, because I've been blamed for all kinds of things. So now that and also the mods have been blamed for all kinds of things. So now I'm going to take complete blame over everything I do now, so because I'm the one who's going to like fucking kick people out because I'm done with the negativity myself, right? So
it's not negativity. It's reality or delusion. It's reality or delusion. Now he's making, again, false equivocations. I talk regularly about these other people because the power and value they have is the power to help us change and the value to make us realize where the actual value is at in our lives and with each other. So you're right. Slow State, Jack, and others have power and value by showing us how little power and value they have and reminding us how much we potentially have or are wasting. That's why I talk about them. They don't talk about me for the same reasons I talk about them. Can you get a clue, dunce? These are people who all started channels and mimicked my format because they saw so much power and value in me. Do you see me doing that back the other way? No, these folks are archetypal clowns to me. I wear them like finger puppets and play them against each other and myself to show a truth for everyone else. That's not the same reason they're talking about me. They're talking about me because they want what I have. You can't figure that out? All the people you just mentioned didn't have a channel till they showed up to mine. After I threw them out of my area for being desperate for attention, they all went to start channels to talk about me. And you want to make an equivalency to how I came into this and what I do to them starting channels because I told them not to be with me? How are we the same creature or walking the same life here? You can't figure this out, huh? It's too difficult for you to figure out?
Are you talking to me? Because I'm not sure.
No, I'm talking to whoever it applies to. Why is it folks are so bad with nuance and context? Why can they not distinguish?
Come the Paul show again, and we went off the
can't folks distinguish the difference? Every one of these people, including Slave Food, didn't have a channel or any kind of notoriety for anything till they met me and came on panel and then tried to use the audience to grift over to their area. All 3 to 4 people you just mentioned did the same pattern. But we're going to make equivocations. Who's the guy who didn't go anywhere else to try to grow his channel but was asked onto all the top channels because of his growth? Right. So we're living the antithetical. We're living from an inverse perspective. They've not grown at all as humans and are desperate to get growth on YouTube without growing as a human. I grew as a human beyond my obesity, and I grew on YouTube. Do you see the difference? It's almost a completely opposite same dynamic.
Paul, now OTW might block me to protect you, but do you notice how everything
God protects
do you
me.
notice
The
how we
truth
were talking about
protects me.
optics of
Your
Philadelphia and
lies
everything?
undo you.
And every time you come in, this becomes about you and how people have issues with you and how you're better than everyone else.
Because
like
you
we were all
do it
talking about
constantly and
optics.
can't
It's like,
stop.
Were you not
You
here?
all do it
Snafu?
constantly and can't stop. You're
Right.
fixated.
Yeah, it's like were you not here for like what's going on in chat? We have to moderate chat because obviously people can't stay in a positive mind frame. And you just come up on panel and incarnate exactly what we're trying to get rid of in chat, and you're just doing the same thing. Why is it so important for y'all to be in that fucking mind frame? Because in my perspective, he's right. You understand? He's not the one attacking everybody in chat. He's the one getting the heat from chat, getting the heat from you, and is, just fucking not bending over and taking it like a bitch. That's all. It's all.
Right,
This
let's
is
be
how I'm seeing it.
honest. Let's really be honest, Special K and all the rest. You know when you first got in the room with me that I'm more successful and intelligent than you. But then it irks you when it's pointed out, right? So you know it's true. It's why you all find your way to my area and stay there. Just like Slack, Cot, and Tommy and all the rest. That's why they all take my lingo. Slack Cot did a 20-minute broadcast yesterday and touched on 4 or 5 of my key points of what I speak about daily. And he remixed it for his own purposes. You guys all know I'm more intelligent than you and successful at what I do, at least being interesting and entertaining and talking truth to make people think or feel. So you'll copy it, you'll use it, you'll prove you know that till it's pointed out. Then your pride gets in the way. Where does that leave me exactly? I don't point this shit out till it has to be pointed out based on you wanting to be disingenuous and lie to yourself and everyone else. Most of these people on here are not very bright people because they don't use their intelligence the way that they could. They're too busy doing whatever else they're doing. You think you're a highly intelligent person, Snafu Snaps? You think you're highly communicative?
Yeah,
You're not.
I'm way more intelligent
You're
than
not.
you. I often more
Not.
successful than you.
There's your pride and ego. The truth shows the opposite, but you just made the opposite statement. You're way more intelligent than me and successful, but it can't be proven or shown. It's a delusion.
Instead of coming up with an actual answer, you go directly to some kind of dick measuring contest.
It's a cope. He goes right to a cope fest. If we take a poll right now, 98% of this audience, including the people who hate me, are going to answer that I'm way more intelligent than you and successful on any metric. But you're going to say they're all culted ones, so you can cope again. We've been through all this. You already know at your core what the deal is. You don't have to admit it out loud because we all know it too. See how that works? These are people who all at first came to my life to ask me for help or advice on their shitty, fucked up lives till I gave it to them and talked truth. Then they got mad at me. It's a you problem, not me. I made it a me problem by interacting with you at all.
Sounds like a you problem. And you got OTW to back you up and backstage protect you. Because you can't talk.
Anyone to back me up.
You can't
You're
talk
cornered
when you're
and
cornered.
can barely
When you're
finish
cornered,
sentences.
because
I'm
again,
not.
this is a you,
I'm
I.
inspiring and influential. I'm a leader of men at times, whether I want to be or not. That's what God put me in a position to do. You know it at your core, and you want to deny it because you don't like how it makes you feel. I don't give a fuck because you ain't going to change it.
And Paul, he just has showed me how to be a better moderator. I just moderate the panel and the conversation, and I'm just, being a better broadcaster in that sense. All right, Snafu. So don't try to think and say and conjecture and project that I'm protecting Paul. No, actually, I'm protecting the broadcast. I'm protecting the interests of the people that are watching and listening. That's what I'm protecting. So get that through your thick skull.
No, you're culted and you're protecting your daddy. It's simple.
You could say that.
We're really going to continue this every day, huh? We're really going to let this parasite, after 3 years, continue to snake around here and loop this garbage, along with the rest of them. The Special K's, the fucking Chucky loser. They're all the same loser, failure, broke, parasite addict.
Yeah. Get
I'm
over
once
the loop.
again, while claiming I'm more intelligent, showing I'm the biggest fool here, paradoxically, by continuing to even interact with or address looping, addictive, parasitic, broke slaves. When I don't have to. I've left them all on the block and left them behind and created a whole new life for myself on 10 different levels. And we're back to square one every day on some level. It's incredible to me.
Right. And I'm going to say this to Snafu, dude, it'll be okay for the rest of the day. Thanks for bringing, their content and sharing your time with us. But I do believe that this conversation is not going to reach common ground at any point during this broadcast. So just come on over some other time. And that's pretty much all I can tell you, bro. I don't think I'm going to have you back up because there can't be any civil conversation to be happening here right now. And it's pretty obvious at this point.
It's not even not civil. It's not honest. It doesn't even have to be civil. Just fucking be honest.
Yeah. So anybody else have anything they'd like to add to that? I'm going to drop a link for anybody else who wants to join the show. If you want Snafu, you can go join everybody else in chat. Or in private, whatever. Stick around backstage. I'm not going to have you up anymore.
The sickest thing about all this is if he and others were just honest with themselves, that's the day we go to the next level. It's not cucking and submitting to me. It's just being honest with yourself and others about the truth. You don't even have to do it out loud. You could just go back to your hole and go, I'm going to do another broadcast today. Like last night, I tuned in. 2 people were watching your broadcast. You had 2 viewers. So like, instead of just going, hey, I have little to no viewers. I got little to no action and energy and motion. My chat is dead. I'm poor and broke. And my content is always talking about other people. Like, if you were just honest with yourself in private and accepted that, that'd be the day that it potentially changes. Because that'd be the day we could start to work together. I just start promoting you. I bring people over to your area. We talk about the truth and law and legal and spiritual faith and New World Order and whatever else. And stop with your inferiority complex, trying to compete with someone you can't compete with. You do this with Marfugel. You do it with Monograph. You do it with everyone. I don't even mind that so much if you claim you have an actual argument that's truthful, once again, about the pedo pogo thing. You don't even have that. Because I'd respect it at that point. Okay, you're doing like I do. You turn down opportunities to speak the truth and to reveal and expose. Great. Till it works against you. And you can't work with anybody or find any success on your own because you can't make sense. And you can't be honest with yourself and others. Also, too, it'd be good if people start to have a good philosophical humor about themselves, and this includes me, because I do. Realize how ridiculous you are as a character on some level. The only reason people watch Tommy and Slackhot and you is because you're maniacs. There's a good contingent of my audience that watches me for the same reason. They think that I'm crazy. Okay, I've accepted that. I can own that position, and I know why. Geniuses are usually perceived as crazy when they're in their time, till it's realized what they're doing and how much power it has or value. That's been the progression, if you're wondering. You can go ask AI about its opinion of me 4 years ago and its opinion now based on the facts and the court records. We've done it. You guys are not that. No one's ever going to look at Slackcot Tommy and Slave Fu one day and go, oh my God, there was so much genius there and power and value, and we just missed it because of conventional norms. You're not that. I don't even want to be that or need to be that to recognize from a third-party perspective on some level, that's me. I've had dozens and hundreds of people come to me years later and go, you were onto something and it helped save my life because I got synchronicities from the universe that confirmed what you were saying. So I changed my life. That's not you.
You know how insane all this is? Like, this is the guy, Snaptar, that goes around and like he's real. He acts like he's real concerned about like little children getting, you know, taken and abused. When like the fucking antidote, the answer is strong fathers and strong men, and strong women picking strong men to protect said progeny, to protect those little ones. Like the answer is right here, and yet he wants to go and reject that and externalize the problem, which is just so. It's just, to me, it's funny. It's sad and funny that he doesn't even see that.
I don't believe.
Isn't he an orphan himself?
Oh, go ahead.
I said, isn't he an orphan himself? Like, shouldn't he understand that perspective? I mean, orphans aren't like a vast majority, end up in the street selling either their themselves or whatever and doing drugs and shit like that, or is that a stereotype that I'm projecting?
I think he's so not resolute with himself that he can't possibly comprehend or agree that there is a personal solution or a sort of like on the ground solution for each of us to actually control our existence, because he's so not resolute and so just unresolved. It speaks perfectly to his character, to always externalize, to always blame outside, to never take accountability, to be a perpetual victim. And it's freeing in that sense, because it frees you from the shame and guilt, and it just puts the onus on something outside of his control.
Well, it also frees you from responsibility and having to actually make a change or bring a solution, which is the crux of why they all do this. It also, in his mind, is a good marketing strategy, like a politician. If I bring up women and children, people are immediately going to take an interest and think I'm a good guy.
Yeah,
it's such a pawn on, for his twisted game, for his projection that most likely is rooted in his early abuse as an orphan, him potentially being raped. Then if you won't indulge him in his self-indulgent projection of his abuse growing up, you're with the pedophiles, right?
Yeah.
How did Brian get kicked out?
Not allowed to come back. Technical difficulties. This is good stuff. Everyone in their own way. Opposites. The people in chat that don't fucking come out of their shell, they're the opposite of Snafu's retardedness. It's all about the middle ground, like Paul talks about, right?
A lot of these folks were abused. I mean, raise your hand if you weren't somewhat abused growing up. So they've developed inferiority complex and inadequacies and insecurities. And when they're called out, they get defensive and want to fight instead of acknowledge it and better it. So stop projecting superiority complex onto me because you live in inferiority complex. I could argue I come from the same position. The answer to it is not deluding and living in denial and coping. The answer is to do and be and have better, to re-verify to yourself that you're capable and competent and have potential. You're not interested in doing that. You just want to play the victim and project and reject onto others and cope.
And do dick measuring contests.
When you have no dick, it doesn't make any sense. You don't pull out a 3-incher at the party and say, let's compete. It just makes you look delusional and in denial. It's embarrassing.
You hear that, Brian?
Not bad. I'm trying to get over to the park. more interactions on the street. It's kind of gathering my shit over here.
These are people who, by the way, even after they're timed out, won't leave. They don't even leave from where they're not wanted. Doesn't that prove everything I'm saying? The abused, low self-esteem, self-worth, denial, delusion, projection, codependency, inferiority, and insecurity. You guys every day go places you're not wanted or needed. And when you're told that, you stick around. Just like your fucking home life. You were showed and told by your own parents and your family and your government and everyone else, you were not really wanted or needed or valued. But you stick around and continue the cycle instead of breaking out, crashing and burning to rise higher like the phoenix. I guess most of you just haven't hit rock bottom yet. You're coasting along in obscurity and mundanity, if I'm not making up a word there.
They trap themselves in that mediocrity so that they never have to face that bottom because they're too cowardly to face it.
Timmy, this is a great question. Paulie boy, what makes you think you're so fucking wanted here? Everything? How do you not see that?
That's a stupid question, really.
These are folks who all have given me keys. Yeah, like they've all given me keys at one point and trusted me to co-create or co-host or like grow their situation. It's not even a question. Given the choice between us, you're like the Grinch. You know, I'm like the top mayor of Whoville.
These guys, these people
wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole in real life.
Yeah, and I just grabbed you by the neck and I bootied the fuck out. And if you want back in, be polite.
At least the Grinch had money. You guys are broke.
He had a cave, right? And a pet he took care of.
Yeah.
These are people. It's just this is why when you ask questions like that, you thought you were doing something there. You proved how delusional and inept you are and inane. You can't even read the room and see what's going on. These are people who, if I told them, and some of them they have said, if I said, "Hey, bro, come on over and live with me," they'd be right down there, like one of my extended family. You think they want to come live with you or interact with you, hater, loser, failure in the chat? Everything points out that I'm wanted here way more than you. Everything points out I'm needed here way more than the rest of you. But you can't see that. You can't realize that. It's uncomfortable to speak that truth out loud.
Hold on a second. We got a visitor. Hello.
I'm Paul and I run the show.
Oh God.
He's a perfect example of all the rest we just spoke about. Loser, failure, hater who hangs around where he's not wanted or needed. Won't go away.
Man, how did Special K get back here?
Because these loser failures have 15 accounts, so they can go back to where they're not wanted and be seen and heard. The way their mommy and daddy never saw and heard them. A lot of these folks need Freudian therapy, and they're not getting it, so they're getting worse and worse.
And she said before, "Oh, I'm here for OTW." Now, OTW.
I'm here. I'm here.
I think you notice how she didn't say specifically why. Like, OTW, I think you're a badass at playing the fucking guitar, but I think you're a shit broadcaster. But like, I'm not gonna say I'm here to listen to you on this broadcast, So why is she here for you? Is she really here for you? What does that even mean? When is she ever? She's never even been here talking to you. I've never seen that.
It's more. So it's more proof of the power gaming and disingenuousness. They all say the same thing. They're not here for OTW. These are selfish people. They're here because they need a place to hang out with other losers like them they find in the chat. The same reason they go to Slack Cots and Slave Foos and Tommy and all the rest of them. These are people who live on the internet and they want a home for wayward souls, and you're providing that on some level. And when I won't identify with the problem, but identify with the solution, I'm the big bad wolf meanie who's breaking up the party. Big brother Paulie's breaking up the fun again because he's sick of looking at a bunch of disempowered loser failures going nowhere and projecting onto others. God bless me. I want better.
Man, this is pathetic.
They all
Wow.
do that. Whatever
I'm,
channel I go to that they don't want me having an influence on, they say, I'm here for the host, to try to big up their ego to make them cut me out. It's such an obvious power play, and it makes you look like the piece of shit whore that you are, Special K, and we all can tell you're one by looking at you and listening to you and knowing where you live and what you're a part of. Get a clue. But by the way, I only know it because it lives in me. And I've been that most of my life. You're a low-life, piece of shit, thieving, lying, power gaming piece of garbage. And until you have a revelation in trust, equity, faith, and truth, you're always going to be that. And you're always going to be surrounded by people who are like that. That's not me at this point.
Yeah, and essentially the direction I'm taking for the year of 2025. So I just essentially put a stop to it. That's all.
This is a person who met me doing heroin with her boyfriend online. I had to tell her not to do drugs on my platform. We're really going to like have this conversation? Get your head out of your ass.
Bear juices. I can't believe what happened to Kay. What the fuck?
What kind of a loser, failure, whore piece of shit stays with a low-life scumbag who gets her heroin? Two insecure, inferiority complex, low-value, low-power slaves who don't have any fucking worth for themselves. And when I try to speak some truth and potential and worth into your soul, you fucking reject it because you're the devil's child. And you're thrown in completely with it for the rest of your life.
That chick's directly from my neighborhood. So these are the broads that I had the pickings of growing up. Fucking Special K's. No wonder why I didn't.
It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence her first interaction with you was hating on you for telling the truth and trying to do the right thing and finding yourself. Oh, O'Shea was supposed to double down with a bunch of wannabe gang member pussy scum who really weren't about it. And when they all got locked up, went to crying and begging. And he's supposed to lie for them, right? Because he realized at some point, what you haven't realized yet, that there was the fake version of him and there was the real version of him deep in his heart that he wasn't acknowledging. God forbid Brian O'Shea and others try to be good and great in this life and be successful instead of accept being a lying, low-life piece of shit addict scum. Imagine that.
Yep. No wonder I was a virgin until I was practically 35. These fucking types of broads roaming around.
Yeah, you know why, Brian O'Shea? Because you have the same walk as myself. We have a big heart, we truly care, and we have enough self-awareness to know we're fucked up and don't want to bring it to everyone else's life. So we try to stay to ourselves and we try to better ourselves, so we miss out on a lot of opportunities. Right? So it can be somewhat honorable and virtuous. It can be somewhat based in the same idea that sometimes you got to take a risk and step out of the box and develop yourself in the open. Sometimes you got to go to solitude, right? So yeah, when you're fearful and insecure and self-doubting and you know you're broken and need fixing, if you have any kind of empathy, you don't put yourself out there to date other people like I and Brian O'Shea did for 3/4 of our lives, knowing we're just going to fuck up their life and ours. Presuming anyone was even looking for us, which most of the time the women you want are not looking for you when you're an addict, lying, piece of trash scum. The woman you want is only going to come looking for you when you become who you're meant to be.
Yep. It's faith. It's you're not even like looking, you're just being and doing.
Hey, I just real quick came up to remind everybody that when Special K come up on Paul's channel the first time, Paul set her straight. She didn't like it. And ever since then, she's been, well, Special K.
JG Rocco, that's the thing. I don't know if you're saying that honestly or you're being ironic. I'm not the greatest. I've pursued greatness in the sense of information, understanding, application, and results, and I've been blessed to some degree to be a part of that experience you're speaking about down there. I'm honestly, at the core, I really would like others to have this experience with me or acknowledge it. If you're not going to have it with me, at least acknowledge it. If you can't acknowledge it, you're disingenuous and you're dishonorable to yourself and others and the truth. You have no respect for yourself or others or the truth. That's all this is. I'm bad and wrong because I'd like to see Special K, Slackcott, You Tell Me, and everyone else have their own fucking land. Be an American again. Stand on rights and freedoms. Possibly be able to co-create with me. I'm so bad and wrong for that I actually want community and I'm doing it and living it and co-creating it while you're here hating. I'm so bad and wrong for that.
I keep telling you, Paul, you're so bad. You're such a bad person.
I'm not an alpha over anybody. I'm lucky if I can control myself and direct myself and get results, and I'm blessed when I do. Nobody's under me. We're all under God. Get a fucking clue.
We're kind of repeating ourselves. We said that like over an hour ago.
We're in the inevitable loop.
Hey, y'all. Just picked up some documents for my appeals and stuff. It's going to be bomb. Jahilians will be opening nationwide and international. And we're going to be able to go across county, state, and city lines to provide sacrament to and for the faithful. It's awesome. Historical. Sorry, y'all.
Congratulations.
I think I'm going to go ahead and ask the question I think we're all wondering. If you have to go do another jail bid, who's going to get to fuck your wife out of honor? Who do you trust and respect enough? And I'm thinking I know the answer. This is going to prove it once and for all. Who gets the honor and the blessing?
Conjugal visits. Conjugal visits.
Well, there you go. All right. I'm backing off. She said the magic words.
That's been a hell of a ride. It's going to be awesome because now we could help mom and pop businesses. And then I got my brief right here, and it's almost 100 pages. It's awesome. It just turned out really good. So I hope I win this. And hopefully I could talk to Paul and,
Right. So you guys think in the chat and other places that I perceive Chris Rasta like I do the rest of you? You think I try to big brother him? You think I try to son him? You think I try to like talk to him any kind of way other than with respect? You think I try to alpha him and daddy him? No, I wouldn't, because he doesn't need it. Because he's a fucking man, if you haven't noticed.
Thank you, brother.
So stop it's not about thank you. It's the reality of what I perceive, right, wrong, or indifferent. So you get treated the way you need to be treated, not the way you want to be treated with me. And if you don't like that, don't deal with me. If you need a daddy, I'm a be one. If you need an equal partner in this walk, I'm a be one. If you need to see a child of God, I'm a be one.
Yeah, most of them want to see an enemy.
Why am I always trying to spit game to chicks with dudes? Because I'm trying to test everybody on some level. I'm speaking honestly from my instinctual component, so I'm being real. Every man out there can respect it, whether they like it or not, because it lives in them. But guess what? When I do that, I indirectly test him and her. So that's good for you if you let it be. What if I'd have said, hey, who's going to fuck your wife when you go to jail? And she'd have been like, you, Paulie boy. What do you think he'd have then done and said after that? What do you think she'd have then done and said after that? Hello. That's what men do, stupid, simple motherfucker, is talk about their instincts and see where everybody's at, one way or the other. Then we get to learn or have the experience. You wouldn't know what that's like. You wouldn't know what real motherfuckers who keep it all the way tall hanging with each other are like, to where we could talk about anything and say anything. And if we're honorable, it don't fucking matter. It only is a problem when you're worried she's going to jump ship and jump on this dick, in which case you had a deeper problem already. That doesn't involve me.
Bam, bam, bam.
The same way I would think if I had a woman and brought her around other men, them saying, you know what, she's kind of attractive. I want to fuck on her and see where the fuck she's at with what she says back. I'm not upset about that. I thank you for that. Let's see where we're all at. Let's get it on the table. Only an insecure bitch-ass motherfucker's worried about that type of shit because you can't keep your home together. Men don't worry about that.
Hey,
Bars.
Watch this. Okay, how about you don't tell me what to do, whatever your name is. Fuck, der, face, whatever. How about that? Time you out. There we go. That didn't work. Oh, shit. Wait.
Right, because OCW is such a desperate hoe for money that he needs $1 a minute to shut me up, right?
Right, yeah. So
okay, fine. You know what? Yeah, start paying him. Watch this. Go ahead, OTW. Throw me out in the back for the next hour so he can give you $60. Now he's got to stand on that or he's a fucking lying scum. Go ahead and throw me out, OTW. I want you to get the $60 for the next hour. I want to go.
I don't want $60. I want the interaction and the panel and what's going on now.
Oh, right. Interesting conversation or at least some kind of time filling and interaction. Right. That makes sense. So the $60 for the next hour isn't worth the long-term game. Right. That makes sense.
Worthless. You're worth more. You're worth more here than that $60 over the next hour. Even if you stay here for the next 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah, but you ain't paying him shit.
Right. Exactly. I'm actually getting his time, energy, attention for free. So I appreciate that, and I would not want to profit off of that if he's not making any money off of it. Right. That wouldn't be honorable or respectful, or I wouldn't have any integrity if I did such a thing.
Well, you should
Special
just
Slave can't figure out that we still know that's her on an alternate account in chat. You're really not that bright at all. By the way, what makes you think I would give you babies? I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Wouldn't get anywhere near a slob like you.
Don't pull your dick out if it's under 6 inches. I like that.
She's even proving she's a hoe in chat. I can give you babies, but not money? Yeah. What does one have to do with the other? What does me having a baby with somebody have to do with giving people money to do it? You don't even know what a woman is, separate from a whore. You just proved it. I have to pay a woman to have my child? What sense does that make? There's women out here that pay me to have my child. Are you insane? If Jennifer could get in a fucking time machine and go in reverse, she would do it. I'm sure. There's other women who've told me they want to have my children. So why would I pay a woman for the privilege and the benefit of carrying on these superior genetics, at least when it comes to you? All right, I'm done, OTW. We're in the inevitable loop. I'm feeding into it again, and folks are not being honest. Special Slave, if I emailed you and told you I'm coming down there to fuck on that dirty pussy, you'd throw that loser failure you're with to the side in 3 seconds. Who are you kidding? It would just never happen.
Yeah, don't get her hopes up.
What is it? Okay, slave who, this is your last interaction, and then I'm promising myself that I'm going to disengage. Women have already paid me, and I haven't even fucked them. You're saying I'm reaching because no woman would ever pay me to have a baby with them. They've paid me to just talk. Are you fucking retarded?
Yes.
Right. There you go. Okay. It's me now. It's me. I'm doing it. There's an old saying in pimping, not that I'm one, because I'm not. I'm the opposite of that. I've had 4 women on the ground in my life. I don't claim to be that, right? But I understand power and value dynamics. A woman that'll pay you to talk will give you everything else, right? So she doesn't need to pay me to have a baby if she's just paying me to talk. That doesn't even require contact. You wouldn't know what that experience is like because you don't have any power and value when it comes to women. You're a simp trick loser failure. Sorry to have to spoil the fun.
All right, got to time this one out because they like spamming for some reason.
I actually asked the guy yesterday if he was retarded to his face. Guy ran my toe over with his car. Came out and apologized. I asked him right to his face, "Are you retarded?" He just nodded and said sorry.
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
Popular word today. Will you get the fuck out of here with your stupid challenge? Good
challenge.
God. What the fuck kind of challenge?
The greatest part about him is he'll challenge me and then he will proceed to bring up pictures of him with another woman and claim that to be truth, that he pulled them and fucked them and left them. As if that's honorable. You guys don't even realize
up
you're
a fucking
revealing
picture
yourself. This
of
guy who
Jennifer
says
Lopez.
he's a Bible thumper and godly, and then he goes, "How many women have you pulled and fucked and left?" And I go, "Oh, none, because I'm not a piece of shit like you. Because I don't want to do more damage to women out here than men have already done, including their fathers." Yeah, you have no idea what it's like to be honorable and good faith without being a simp trick loser, migtard, because there's a middle ground again.
You got Truth or Cop challenging you, Snafu, down there. Just try not to be a retard for 1 whole day.
How about this? Let's challenge you to keep a woman around because you've been in the hospital for the last 3 years and not a damn woman shown up because they don't care if you die today. How about you show us you keeping a woman around who fucking values you and respects you? Because you beta boys can pull dumb bitches all day. What you can't do is keep them because they come up on something better like that. They go to Ross Dress for Less and bump into something better like that at the cashier counter.
Hold on a second, Paul. You got to think about this, man. He's going to, if he actually is able to do such a thing, he'd bring us something that looks like him. So are you really sure you want that?
Right. You have no idea what it's like to wake up and have a woman care for you and cook you food and bring it to you and like want to cater to your every whim because it makes her feel like a real woman. Not that I need that or even want that or even use that. You have no idea what that's like because you don't get any respect or honor from them.
Speaking Chinese to this guy.
You have no idea what it's like for your bitch to have equal, if not more than you do, and say, "Hey, go take out 50 G's if I need it and hand it over." Because she would already be asking to do that. "Hey, what do you need?" You have no idea what that's like. And I'm not saying I use that or abuse that at all. Because my response back is I need whatever I could create. Anything more than that I need is outside of my control, which makes me codependent. You don't know what that's like at all on any level. You have no idea what it's like to go to a box with a bitch and her to keep it tall and not rat on you and come out and do the paperwork and then sue a motherfucker and stand on something and get something done. You have no idea what any of these things are like because you deal with dumb, low-life bitches just like you. And they don't even stick around. And when they do stick around, they throw off the pH of the room because they got dirty, overly used pussy. Do we have to get into this?
Oh.
I don't think you want to get into this. Snafu's pulling classy women in his dreams.
Does it smell like anchovies?
Yeah, the waitress at the Red Robin, you know, if he's lucky, who's got
That he
who's got 3 work husbands, or he bumps into some charity case on the Section 8 food stamp line. Yeah,
Who
tell me
falls
about
for his
classy
bullshit.
women who are down for their man and the cause. You wouldn't know it, so you can't talk about it. And if you have,
You muted yourself, Paul.
Snafu muted you.
yeah, Snafu hacked the broadcast. If you did ever get any of that, it's left you, just like Slackot's house is growing legs to walk away from him.
Imagine the poor broad that Snafu gaslights. Oh, I was on Alex Jones before. They're coming for us. I can see a couple of broken bitches fall for that.
Right, we could totally see like Mimi, you know. Mimi's a fairly attractive, interesting, classy in her own way, right? A little bit rough around the edges in kind of the right ways. I could totally see Mimi or Jennifer or any of these sort of mature women dealing with a slug like Slayfu, other than them dropping off a food bank package to him behind Walmart. That's about it. That's as far as that goes. Snafu, do you want some more canned goods? I'm going to go back and massage Paulie Boy's nuts because he's using them so much. They're getting tired. You beta bitch.
Some diapers.
Here's some itch cream for your eczema skin from being out in the elements constantly. Like Tommy. Tommy has such eczema, split end hair and skin. I'm just wandering around in desperation will do that to you.
Snafu needs a new bum hat.
He wears a bucket hat, literally a bucket as a hat.
Yeah. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He shits in it when he's got a shit, and then he
puts it on his head. Yeah.
Do you notice, by the way, there's a pattern here? All the dumbest, brokest, loser failures all use the term you are instead of your. Anyone else notice that?
It's AI, Paul.
Yeah, they all use you, the letter U and the letter R for your because they're so fucking depleted and disintegrated and disempowered and dumbed down.
I was just gonna say the same thing. They're just like they're so
lazy and
powerful.
unresolved.
Yeah, they're so
gonna
powerful.
They're gonna save so much valuable time to do so much more in their life by not putting the extra 2 fucking letters in.
They can't be bothered.
It's the text virus.
Literally in one sentence, you can tell all about someone's personality. Someone who never grew up or got any wherewithal beyond middle school. Slow State does the UR, Special Slave, Snafu Slave. Every single one of you people that does UR instead of your shows exactly who and what you are at your core.
I'm glad I don't use it. But I could barely write anyway, so it's like Is Chris talking to himself? I figured Chris was saying something to us, but nah.
They asked where the water bowl was for the dog, and I said
No, you were talking behind our backs. We know it.
No,
You're
hell
bitching
no.
about us while we're on the broadcast, and you're bitching about us. Admit it.
No, I hope I never.
Snafu, you
right
and Tommy and the rest better be lucky that none of us want to deal with the karma and feel guilty or go to jail, because it'd be like a hop, skip, and a jump for 2 or 3 of us to come over there, whoop your motherfucking ass, and get you to repeat online that you're a bitch. And that'll be our new content that we can restream over and over again and go back to our lives. But then you'll call the cops. You'll pop a bunch of shit online, and then you'll call the cops when shit goes down. And then I'll have to sit somewhere and cry about it, because at the core, I love you, and I care for you, and I'm almost disappointed in you, and I'm almost like sympathetic for you, how sick and twisted you are. And I see the slave in me that lives in you, so I even bond with you over it's trauma bonding. It really is. But yeah, that's what you guys should feel lucky about, because there's certain days, I got to tell you, I wake up and I go to listen to something, and then I feed into my impulse to come on here, and I watch you bitch ass motherfuckers pop and shit, and it goes through my mind to just gamble it all, you know, and that kind of scares me, and I guess that's why God has revealed a spiritual faith, trust, and equity process for me, and thankfulness and gratefulness, because there's been a handful of days where I just go, I'm going to go on the world tour here. I'm going to go down. We're going to talk to Slow Stay. I'm going to go down. We're going to talk to Tommy. I'm going to go down. We're going to talk to Snafu and Slackcott and everyone else. And we're going to get something on record one way or the other. I don't know why you guys want that. I guess you are demonic. You want to call the worst out of everybody because you want to gamble to see where it goes. I would advise you stop doing it with me for all of our own good, especially when we got so much opportunity to get to so much together. I don't know why you would choose this, other than the demon in you wants to see us all play. You got the right one with me on some level, if I'm ever at a low point.
Here, let me drop a link for all of you out there who have all of these super duper comments. Oh, thanks to Freak for the gifted memberships. Oh, let me see. I think we just missed something here. Oh, there it is.
It's not reaching for something to criticize. You just did it right there with the you. It's patented. It's proven. Every one of you pseudo-intellectuals who thinks you got life figured out or yourself figured out but has little to no results have the same patterns. You're not as individuated as you'd like to believe. But hey, feel free.
Oh boy, it's right like running a marathon. Just checking chat. Whose we are? Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? How come y'all are speechless? Okay.
There you go.
What did you want me to say? Am I?
Yeah,
Hello,
you
everyone.
Hello.
I know. I speak.
We weren't aware of that. We didn't know.
Well, I just wanted to come on and see how much I care about Chris, and I respect him, and how much I support his cause and what he's doing, and his passion and his drive. And after all that's happened to him, he gets up every day. He goes to work. He loves his kids, and he's a good man. And I'm totally lucky to have met him. And, I'm grateful for him, and I love him. So I'm Chris's hoe.
Well, you're very lucky to have a guy like that in your life.
I am. It's been fun since meeting him. Interesting for sure, and meeting all you, and you guys crack me up. All these loser failures on here. Hashtag loser failures.
Hey,
I'm
you
totally
gotta
entertained.
marry this woman, dude. You gotta marry this woman.
Yes.
So keep up the good work. I tune in all the time when I'm at work too. You just don't see me, but I'm there, and I support all you guys.
All right. I just put the banner up just to make sure. Hello. Hello, speak. It must be Snafu.
Wow. The show is finally like moving forward instead of Paul tripping out on your fucking chat and everyone on, you know? So what's the new subject since it's not the Paul show?
You're absolutely obnoxious. You do know that, right?
No, you're absolutely colted. And you licked
No,
a salt off
you're
his
I'm
ball.
not. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? I'd rather actually have a silent broadcast and have you up here fucking, you know, shitting on everybody. Or on Paul or whoever, whatever. All right, so Nubs is laughing. What's up, Nubs?
Just wanted to let everybody know that we really hate Paul. Let's talk about Paul.
Yeah, now that he's gone, let's talk
Dear
about Paul behind his back.
God.
Let's yeah,
What the
let's
fuck
do
is
that.
wrong with these people?
After 2.5 years going on 3, let's say it's called lunacy. It's called
No, this is retardation, sir.
mentally insane, mentally retarded. Yes, mentally incapacitated.
No. This is just retarded. It's slowed down behavior to propose a certain narrative.
Dude, it's not slowed down. It's completely stopped. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, sir, the last time I was on here, you were not so nice to me and attempted to rape me, gang rape me, in fact. So I just came up, you know, well, not the last time, the time before that, but I just came up to talk shit on Paul because, you know, that's the big thing today. Go fuck yourself, crew. And yeah, like I said, Special K, you absolutely were cucked up to Paul for the first couple of times, and then he told you the right thing, and all of a sudden your loser failuredom showed up. By the way, congratulations, Chris.
Yes, congratulations. I did say that before, I think.
For what, brother?
What do you mean for what? You already
your
forgot
endeavors.
all the success that you've been going through and all the paperwork
I like
you have.
it. For what?
It shows this guy smokes weed, man. He already forgot, man. It's like,
No,
dude.
he didn't forget. He's just like, what the fuck did I do? I'm just living my life. Would you forget what?
I get really bad PTSD going in these places though, where the cops beat the shit out of me, and it's just you go in these places, and I'm on the general attorney's desk. They said they'd never seen a case like this. It's like going in history. It's going to change the cannabis industry. Just a whole different thing about the taxes going across county, state, and city lines.
Dude, it's about to go federal. The cannabis industry is about to change for everyone, period. And the one motherfucker who actually works with normal, the people who legalize marijuana in the United States of America. Oh, snap. Yeah. Hey, Nubs, how's all your... Nubs is just a retard. Probably doing some stupid project that no one's paying him for.
Absolutely.
God, no.
Absolutely. Nobody's paying me for. They're just giving me what I'm worth.
What are you worth?
You would have to have me come out and work, and then you would find out.
Well, what is your worth on this job? What is your worth on this job you're doing, and what are you doing? What is your worth, and what are you doing?
What I'm doing is a bathroom remodel. And
Let's
as
see
far
it.
as worth,
Let's see it.
let's see it.
Yeah, you always usually show your work.
Why do you want to see my work so bad, Snafu?
Well, it's always funny looking at your work and then contractors' work, and it's called ghetto fab. I would say your work's ghetto fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto fabulous. I'm not downing you fully. Yeah, it's ghetto fabulous.
And do you have anything to put on the plate with your ghetto fabulous work?
Absolutely. More than most of you guys on this whole internet experience. Absolutely.
Why don't you show it?
Oh, I have. In fact, one dude walked into the house I had, who's on this panel, when Paul says, "Oh, he's only had an apartment." Blah 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 blah. Blah. Brian knows that's not true, but Brian kept his mouth shut because he's a culted one. His daddy was telling the truth, right? Telling everyone how old Snafu lives and what he lives in and what he has and who he's been with and the girls he. But since Brian knows the truth,
Wait,
and kept
are
his
you
mouth
bragging
shut
that you're
because
a
he knew
hoe?
it, he said, "Nah, Snaps has a house actually, and a new one now, Brian. I got a new house, bigger actually." But anyways, what's hilarious is he kept his mouth
So
shut
it's
because
more
he knew
empty
if
than it was
if he
before.
told Daddy, "No, Daddy, you're wrong. You don't know everything about all these people." It would have got bad. So it's funny. The truth is, watching you guys cult over another man, it's really disturbing.
You realize
I am
you're the only
disappointed
one
in
talking
Paul.
about him.
I am disappointed in Paul, just like he said he's disappointed in me for allowing you guys to be culted with his. I mean, he's smart. He knows what you guys are doing to
What
him.
exactly
He
is
enjoyed that
culted
content.
about doing my own thing?
You are pretty culted. Everyone knows
What
you're
is
culted.
You know what,
about
Nubs? You
doing my
actually
own
made a
thing?
really good point, right? The only one that actually ever really does talk about Paul up until now
Is Snaps.
Is Snaps, right?
Yes, he's his number one
Right.
fan. He's
You
the
guys are
only
culted.
fan.
You guys think he's the greatest thing on this planet. You
If
guys
we
think
were
he's amazing.
culted,
He's
if we
changing
were
the
culted,
world and life.
no,
He's a
when
fucking
when we spend our time talking about him and fucking venerating him and and doing fucking like promotional videos for him and stuff like that. I don't know. We'd go all out and fucking we'd literally be servants and slaves. Essentially, this is what you're saying, but none of us do any of that. We just walk. We walk the walk, man.
Like literally none of that. At least on my end.
Jesus.
I've never seen Timmy cuck up to Paul.
I never
seen
cut.
Brian
I
or Shay
never
cuck
came
up
at
to
you
Paul.
saying you've gone
I've
that
always
way.
seen you talking
Look,
shit
what I
on
say,
Paul, and
Timmy's more
literally you
culted
have his
than
mouth in your.
OTW. Look, you
You
guys
have
have
his
your
something
different
name in your
good.
mouth
Hey,
more
hold on
than
a
you
second.
can.
Wait. Say something good. An actual compliment about Paul, just for the fun of it. Just go ahead and do that.
It's gonna be a backhanded compliment.
No. Paul. Okay. It could be backhanded, not backhanded. Paul's very artistically good and linguistically good at talking, but so are politicians and snake oil salesmen. But he's a good talker.
Deal, man.
He's
Like,
linguistically he's good, and artistically he's a good talker. He's a good talker, but so are politicians and snake oil
So you're
salesmen.
challenging.
He's a good talker. He's a good talker.
Challenging his integrity. It's laughable.
The word,
No, his integrity is
Snaps,
talk.
the word that you're looking
Talk.
for is speaker.
But what I'm saying is, you guys have different levels of cultness. Now Timmy and OTW.
They are
who's
levels
more cult?
in cult.
I would have to ask the audience who's
Gotta
more
be kidding
culted,
me, right?
Timmy or OTW. That would be a poll to put up. Who's more culted, Timmy or
Why-
OTW?
you don't get to
because I'm trying to
determine
figure that
Timmy,
one out.
OTW, or
Why?
Snafu Snaps?
Why do you think you get to determine anything?
No. You guys.
Why are you incapable? Why are you incapable of just like?
This is what I'm trying to prove. You guys are so
One second.
culted up.
No. See, there's another point that just been made. You're actually in the opposing cult. If there is such a thing,
Well,
then
we're called the non-culted
of
ones.
the cult of
We're
haters.
called the non-culted. We're called the ones who don't listen.
You're in the cult of the
We're
haters
called the
of
ones
Paul.
who stick up for ourselves and say this guy is not better than all of us. This guy is just normal. Like he uses Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. This guy, Paul and Flynn, uses
But he is
the
better
digital
than you.
experience
How
like
do you?
all of us.
How can you argue that?
He pays his taxes like all of
How
us,
can you-
whether he says he doesn't or
I
doesn't.
don't believe he does. What are you talking?
He does. Does he
First
buy
of
fucking
all-
Walmart?
You have no
all-
evidence. You're bearing false witness again. You always do this. He is better than you. Why is it so hard for you to just I can say without feeling reservations, I think Paul's a great man. Why is it so fucking hard for you to just say that? You don't think he's a great man? You don't think he's a man? So let's get to the deeper conversation. What is a man, Snafu? You? What's a man? What's honor?
I don't feel he's a great man, Timmy, when he lies and calls all of you, including everyone out there, he's better than everyone else. And he does pay taxes.
He's better than you. He never says he's better than everyone. He's better than you.
No.
He's
the
better than
question
you.
was
How is he not
directed
better
to-
than you?
The question
He
was
pays
directed at
taxes. You guys want to ignore the subject of?
Oh
you
my
keep
God!
that
If you took a fucking
no, he
sales
admitted
tax-
he goes to the dispensary to buy man-made weed.
God, that's
right,
fucking
man.
sales tax.
Right.
Sales tax and gas tax is not the same thing as fucking signing up with the IRS and sucking their dicks and giving 40%, which you probably do. You guys are fucking insane. It's not the same thing, you fucking morons, to pay 7% once in a while for some bullshit because you haven't gotten around to getting exempt for fucking sales tax. It's not the same thing, Snafu. You're on a government fucking assistance program and you want to equivocate that to paying fucking sales tax. That's insane. It's just fucking laughable. How can you equivocate that as the same thing? Can you explain?
Because
no, you
you
can't.
pay taxes, you dumb fuck. What's it
What
called?
is that? It
Taxation
doesn't mean anything.
on product.
Paying
You pay
taxes
taxes. You're part of the game. Whether you buy a candy bar or go to a dispensary to buy some class-ass weed, what he does, you pay taxes, you dumb fucks, all of you. Every time you're online.
The question
It's not
was,
the same thing. How do you guys do this?
What
You
does
say
it
that,
have to do with anything?
He's saying, oh, paying taxes, as if those two words together mean something. Like, oh, I once breathed air that wasn't so pure. It was a bit toxic. So now I breathe toxic air every day. Like you're just saying, oh, paying taxes. Or you paid 1 silver coin to the Jew once. And that's the same thing as paying 40% of everything you earn every year. It's fucking nonsense. That's not true at all. Everything in life is a fucking gradient.
Snafu, who's paying those taxes for all those hospital visits?
I'm not the one claiming I ain't paying taxes. Timmy and all you guys. That's why Timmy's freaking out because he knows he pays taxes every day. Every day, Paul pays taxes. Every day, Timmy pays taxes. Every day, all of
state taxes. I don't pay local taxes because I'm not fucking subject to them because I don't have contracts with any of these fucking agencies. So I don't know what the fucking problem is. Why is this so complicated? I don't give away 40% of my
you
fucking...
guys act like you're breaking out of the system when every day you're part of it.
I don't pay 40% of my life force to some fucking third party that I've never met that hasn't given me anything in exchange because I'm not a fucking slave. Can 99.99% of people say the same thing? No, they don't. Why? Because they're scared. Okay? So they're scared. I'm not. Will I go to jail and get hanged one day? Perhaps. It's a possibility. Okay? So you saying that, oh, because I pay sometimes for a gas tax, and that's the same thing as all the slaves taking a knee to the IRS and giving them 40% of their life force. That's laughable. You're a fucking moron. And you're saying, oh, you're acting like you're big and bad and better than everyone else. I'm just saying I'm living my life with less fear and less cowardice. How do you not agree with that? I am better on the ground than you.
You put fuel in your car every day. You use internet like all of us. You're paying taxes. You're part of the system. You're not. You're a slave just as much as everyone. For you to think you broke away from the slave shit, that makes you even more.
Is there any level of gray? Are you more in the system than I?
Can we just help this out after 3 years to just get to an ending here? If we're not all better than you, we like each other better than you. Does that work for you? We would all rather be with each other working together than ever entertain you or deal with you for 3 seconds. So we don't.
You muted yourself again.
I don't know why that's. I think the wire. I got to fix the wire. Nobody has to be inherently better for all of us to agree we like each other better than you and we wouldn't deal with you for 3 seconds in life. And that's your experience all day, every day. Objectively better or not, most people like other people better than you and can't stand you. You're a loser failure. That's it. No one likes you. We're back to middle school. We're on the playground. You're trying to play power games with me. You're saying everyone's culted and cucked to me when they just have a respect for me and what I do. And now I'm turning it on to you. We just don't like you. We don't want to be around you. We don't want to play with you. No one likes you. Do you get it now?
Ball and go home.
Right. We're taking the ball and going home, and you're going to follow us home to try to play with us again wherever we go because no one likes you, and you're a loser failure, and you're desperate to try to undo some kind of power dynamic. You see that if it does exist, only exists in truth and mutual respect for that truth.
And then you're going to come and knock on our door on Saturday morning at 7:00 to come and play with us. And when we don't really, we tell
we're going to tell dad or
we're not
mom,
there.
we're not there. Can you go to the door and tell Snafu we're not home so we don't have to see his pathetic face and play with him and share with him again?
Have you
Tell
seen
him
my
I
baseball?
slept over at Paul's yesterday.
Have you guys seen my baseball?
That's the only time we encourage to a degree lying or not being completely honest is when bill collectors come around or Snafu wants to play. We're not home. I think that sums it up.
I had to come up and talk shit on you. Oh, and he left. Great stuff. That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, but that's like the greatest sock account I've ever seen.
So he did say he has a bigger house. I wonder if that was for more people or if it's just bigger and lonelier. Actually, I don't wonder that. I don't care about that.
He could have a government-funded mansion. Doesn't change anything.
Right. That's why I stopped worrying about it real
What
quick.
would it change if he gets on here with a Lambo driving from a out of his mansion garage? Wouldn't with 3 bimbos? Wouldn't change anything.
What would? That's the question.
His presentment, his discernment,
character. Let's just start at let's start with a phone.
In other words, we need to pimp the guy. We need to pimp our snafu, right?
Yes, he does need proper instruction to motivate people.
Yeah, but no, he needs a makeover, the whole thing. Pimp my car.
This is what reincarnate. He needs reincarnation. This is what death is for. This is why we die and start over.
You guys do
because
realize
imagine if we live to 1,000. It's just God's this is ridiculous. This retard snafu is gonna go another 950 years being like this. Fuck it, dude. Just start over. Come back to the fucking source and get a fucking re-energization. Remember who the fuck you are and what you are.
Everyone report to the Timmy Reincarnation Center.
Yeah, get on this train. There's a camp. Come back to your camp.
You guys do realize his name is Snafu, which means situation normal, all fucked up. He's telling you right out of the gate who he is.
So in normal circumstances, his situation is all fucked up. That's
that's what Snafu stands for. Situation normal, all fucked up. It's a military term.
Yeah, it makes it extra creepy when Snafu could do a normal broadcast and extra creepy. It's you fucking weirdo. What the fuck are you doing? You're willfully being.
Yeah. I think any of us only keep tolerating him is because I'll speak for myself. On some level, I do respect his tenacity. Him and Jack Talcott are just insane. They don't give up.
They're the pit bulls that got the gunpowder. They're just kind of dumb, but they keep on going.
It's like a retard's grip. He doesn't know how strong he is.
It's everything's inverted. If you could take that willpower and point it in the right direction, we could all learn from that. Willpower is something I'm trying to understand. It's fucking but we've all experienced it, I guess, at times where you exert your will, like in a positive sense towards something, and get results. That's a craziness. But you gotta
I
have
think
God
we will
willing.
everything, whether
Well,
good
for
or
that,
bad.
I think for that you need to be in harmony with your surroundings. Like you have to be connected to be able to manipulate the thread that you have, which is that connection with.
I don't think it's a
everything.
manipulation, dude. I don't think you have to manipulate. It's a coming together with that thread, because that thread is the thread that runs our entire lives.
Right.
Yeah, but you can just put a positive spin on every word, like 'cause you can manipulate in a positive sense, like manipulate the physical reality, like because that's what I think we got to get back to as a God's language. If we're gonna seriously talk about a golden era, we got to get back to a God's language where if you're lying or being dishonorable in any type of way, you stutter and stammer in your speech. So I don't know. That's something to fucking contemplate as well. How do you speak like that? How do we get back to that language? Like if you're doing a business transaction, you can't cheat the other person without stuttering and stammering. What is that?
But it has a lot to do with body language, eye contact.
That's true.
There's a lot of
80%
things
of
involved.
communication. Wow, dude. Yeah, stutter, stammering. So yeah, I guess the words really ain't that important, right? Yeah, I guess.
There's 80% of it is the oral and optical. The presentment, the whole
nonverbal.
Right, exactly.
That's crazy. So it's weird when we have just the voices right now. It's like that's kind of a weird dynamic when we're just the cameras off.
Right, because you only get 20%.
But I guess you're still recovering it through the presentment of the voice itself, right? How much passion's behind it. You can almost put the pieces together of the visual. You know what I mean?
Well, there's forms of energy that are being transmitted, and I guess you can feel the intensity, the passion that's being projected. But it's much easier to read a person when you can see them. So you see their facial.
It's probably the same thing though. It's only 20% of what we're actually saying, and the rest is sort of like how we're saying it, almost like physically. Because what do we say? It's indirect communication. It's not exactly the words. It's how, just like how you think. It's not what you think. It's how you think.
Well, that's essentially one of the reasons, because usually what happens is to detect lying is what's coming out of that person's mouth doesn't align or synchronize with the body language.
Like if you're in a courtroom, dude, and you say something and that shit's true, like that, you're talking about moving a courtroom or speaking in the type of way that you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? You might get a judge that's going to straight railroad you, but I'm just saying, in like a situation where there's somewhat fairness going on, or you could, because that's the thing I think about, dude. We reach out to everyone in the room. Okay, prosecutor, even though you shouldn't be saying anything, you have no firsthand knowledge. Well, aren't you going to agree, man to man, like what the fuck I'm saying? I mean, the shit would never probably play out, but like, I don't know, in like an ideal situation, like you just look around the room, everyone in it. Isn't everyone in this room going to agree what I'm saying is true? You know what I mean? And you get the whole room on your side and just logic and reality, bro. Like, are we all going to deny reality here? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe that's like a movie.
That's why the titles can't be there, because then they don't have to agree, right? When they're there as a prosecutor, as judge, or in their titles, that's why they don't. That's why they're not going to say, "Yeah, I agree" as a man, because they're not there as a man.
Outside of this uniform, I'm a completely different person. What the fuck? Outside of this robe, hey, bro, I gotta do what I gotta do right now. But outside of this robe, y'all,
hey, them classic words right there.
It's literally how they live, dude. They're getting buck wild outside of that fucking uniform and robe. Fucking weirdos.
Essentially, they're the complete opposite of what they represent when they're in uniform.
Yeah, even the nice, humble, quote unquote guy. Hey, man, we're just enforcing the laws on paper. You know, just the old. We're just doing what we got, told to do. You know, like not the same, dude. We fucking. That's why I told him, like, we got to get away from the paper and just get to our gut instincts. I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, and when I have this like vision of being in a courtroom, just being like, yo, we're all just gonna let this happen. We're all not just gonna use logic right now and understand right from wrong. There's no injured party here. Anyone know that? Like, you know, one of those types of scenarios. No one on the other side. We're gonna let some invisible enemy just fucking railroad the fuck out of me, huh? We're all gonna do. Well, you can't do that in front of a certain judge. He'll never let you get 4 words out. You gotta have a certain situation. Fuck my ram, I'm yapping over here. God damn it, Chris Rasta. Put that woman back on. You know I need to tell her I need a fucking... When you get locked up, she's gonna need a fucking hiking professional. Keep her safe in the wilderness.
This is good stuff, Moshe. I like it. It's true. It is. Like, they're not there. Like, there's no men in the room. And all these, like, we watch these videos and all the titles try to make the man seem crazy. It's because they're acting as Monopoly pieces, literally, as titles. And there's a man literally just like yelling into an open room, like an empty room. And then the titles are like talking to him and like trying to gaslight him into being one of the legal fictions. It's like literally what's happening. And it's the same thing what happens all around us in our lives. In our families, everybody's acting as the inauthentic corporate people. And if you act as a fucking human or man or woman or a young one, they look at you with something wrong with you, right?
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm looking around this park right now and all these people, and it's like you get a thing. Like, if you would all just snap out of it, like it's over. Like, we have all the power. Like, we are the ones or whatever. We're doing this to each other. Like, you fucking idiots. I feel like I'm having a deja vu moment. Like, I've had this fucking speech before.
That's why, there's nothing like, I don't even feel like I don't even really feel angry with these idiot cops, because it's like, it's almost like, in the old times when somebody would invade a town and then like the whole town gets razed and all the women and children get murdered. It's like, on some level you can go, oh, well, those women and children were innocent. But then, another perspective, and again, I'm not picking a side. I'm not saying it's right to murder women and children. But on the other hand, it's like those women and children were supporting that king. Right? Even indirectly, like they were living in the castle, right? So they chose to stay. So what the fuck am I saying? I'm saying it's the same thing today. If you have retarded quote unquote courts that have become private, they're private, they're dual jurisdiction, they're private, they're public. You got retarded cops, 100 cops in a town of 50,000, and all the cops are absolute morons. Whose fault is this? It's only the cops' fault. Who's hiring these cops? Who allows them to exist? And I'm not saying to do violence. I'm just saying, like, who's accepting all of this? Who's signing up for the papers? Who keeps calling them for protection?
Well, essentially, they're just another organization. They're just another private company that basically are paid by and I don't even believe they're paid by the taxes. I think taxes go somewhere else. And
whatever that Washington D.C. is,
they're under a strict budget. And it's probably other private entities that pay for it.
It's a
not
security
necessarily
force, bro.
the government.
The King's security army, bro. It goes back to the oldest. That's what armies were, bro. They weren't like the people. It was like these foreigners who, like, you paid. They were big, strong motherfuckers, and you just paid their ass to fucking be the army. Fucking I mean, yeah. Now they're more of a feminine.
Back in the day, they would pay them with food and housing and clothing and a status, and
yeah. Whatever it took, bro. People would show up. They would be fucking. They could fight, and they'd fucking show up in big groups. Yeah, this is what we did. That was a profession, bro. Like, just like the military, but like it was different, bro. Like, but yeah, that's all it is. You just look at them wearing they're wearing a Walmart outfit, bro. That's really what it is. I mean, the United States is just Walmart, dude. Whatever that District of Columbia shit is, it's just Walmart. And they paid. I mean, but that's what Kings used to do, bro. Kings became Walmart. Kings became corporate. I guess there could be honorable kings and leaders, and we'll probably have something like that in our community, like some sort of leadership. But I think there's a natural king. Like I said, once you have that back to language, like we don't understand, bro. What if the world snapped in from an iron age to a golden age? Do we even know what type of effect that is? Not everyone comes, bro. No, masses and masses don't come, so they gotta go somehow. I don't know where they're going, how they're leaving. Maybe it had something to do with what they all let themselves get injected with. But not probably like 99% ain't coming, dude. If we snap from an iron age to a golden age, there's barely any souls that are, whatever the word is, qualified or deserve to be there or will be there just by the way the world works. And they're gonna repopulate probably from that. I don't know, bro. That's what I think. It feels like that's what's about to happen. We're gonna snap into a golden age, bro. Lose most people and souls. We're gonna have peace on earth for a little bit, but
the chat is very confused.
Yeah. The who is going like, what the fuck?
yeah, I might not have connected all the dots, but like I just go by my gut instincts, bro. Like you say, you correlate it, how you live to like scriptures and shit. Well, I have a gut instinct that we're gonna snap into a golden age. Now, if you probably start looking at the stars and all this, and be like, oh my God, there's gonna be an alignment coming here soon. Yeah, it kind of makes sense because I kind of had a prophetic fucking sort of intuitional, thoughts that like this is how it works. You know what I mean? You're only getting, you keep acquiring data. I keep acquiring data on this world and how bizarre people are. Acquiring data. And it's pushing me to these conclusions, to these theories. This is what it feels like to me. I don't know about all y'all or what you guys got going on.
I think Jack Talcott would say, get out of your imagination, brother.
Hey, imagination, imagine that. It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat, because magic is part of imagination, part of that root word magi. That's what they used to call the magi in the Orlinda book. They were the priests, black magic phones, the obelisk, whatever that thing is in Planet of the Apes, this black thing we're holding. This black cube, Saturn.
Golden shower age.
Piss, dude. Dude, piss is gold. It's literal gold, dude. Aged piss. If you had 300-year-old piss and you put your feet in it, it's the cure. It's the fountain of youth, you fucking idiot losers. It's literally gold. Just piss in a jar and put it in a warehouse and just let it sit. It's like wine, dude. It's like the most valuable thing. I have it at my disposal, dude. The government collects it from you guys for free. You just piss in the tubes for them and let them collect it for free.
What do they do with it?
I don't know. I'd store it though. If you guys could give me piss, dude, I'll pay you guys for piss. Some Filipinos, get on it, dude. Let's get an operation. Piss jugs,
Dude, you should put a little spy camera down a sewer or toilet or something and see where maybe there's like a fountain of youth down in the dumps, in the deep underground military bases. For all this, that's where they're storing all the piss. That's what all the psyops are for, to distract you away from they're actually, that's how do you think they're able to live so long? I have the documents, adrenochrome and piss.
These fuckers are actually 300-400, but they bathe in piss every night. It's fucking Benjamin Button.
Do you have a piss, like a piss cache? Like a cache of piss somewhere?
Dude, if there's warehouses of piss, do you know how valuable it is? The older the better. If this guy's like, I got 3,000-year-old, you know what gets better with age? It's some sort of, it's an alchemical thing and within itself. With age, it only gets better and better. How many things in life are like that? That only get better with age?
God, guns, gold, and piss, right? GGGP.
Does wine get better? But wine only gets better to a certain point, then it gets rancid again, right? It's never good forever. Well, honey's good forever. You could eat honey forever. But I'm talking about as a medicinal quality. It gets better, like stronger, better medicine with age, dude. That's crazy talk. So what an investment, dude. But it's its own investment. Just put it in a jug, put it away, and bam, it's just acquiring wealth as it just sits there, dude. What a beautiful, and it came out of you, dude. What a beautiful thing, dude. What easy money? It's easy money, dude. Does money grow on trees? No, it comes out of my
sort of.
It fucking comes. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, the trees give me CO2 so I could piss, stay alive. They piss in some way, don't they? I don't know. They piss CO2. They shit and piss CO2. Gotta get the truth, the one language, stuttering and stammering. But we already got, I guess you kind of already get there when you look between the lines and you figure this shit out, right? You could tell. Like you're talking about, you get someone in front of you and they, like, right? Like Paul would be really good, probably the best at that out of us. Like he's like a fucking lie detecting machine. So the one language, dude, is it beyond words? What the fuck is one language? Stuttering and stammering when you're lying. They said the priest developed the second language to fuck with children, dude, or to fuck with boys, and they also fucked with it. They developed it in the market, like Jewy type people, Jewish kind of people, being like conniving, like whittling their fingers, and then they had the second language in the market to fucking Jew you out of your fucking, like when you're doing the converting currencies and shit. They developed a second little language to fucking be schemy and deviant. And all mountains are melted brick buildings. I'm looking at these fucking mountains in Denver, dude. That's a fucking, all mountains are melted brick buildings. I don't know. Maybe it's just opulence. That's what happens when you get greedy, overly opulent, decadent. This world has a mechanism where it melts it all. And it's like, you just can't get away with being overly decadent. Like they must have had robots or slaves just building brick buildings everywhere. The Lord was like, nope, melt that shit. You guys are freaking the fuck out. Like these fools, dude. Doing a rough end of the show.
Brian O'Shea, everyone.
Yo. Melt and build. Oh, this beat sucks. Oh, shit, dummy. What the fuck are you doing, you fucking retard? Fucking Mario.
That was for you, Brian.
Moment of silence. Oh, the rap beats.
Well, no, the alien.
Missed it.
Oh. Oh. Ah, I beheaded all three of them. All right. I guess that'll be it for today, guys. I will be heading on out of here. Much love and respect. Thank you, everybody, for coming and having a great conversation. Great broadcast. Great chat. Great everything. Also the supporters. So, yeah, that being said, OTW signing out for today. Coming at you from the belly of the beast. Peace.